You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying.
Yo, 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 yo. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good afternoon, actually. Good afternoon to y'all out there, man. My brethren and sisters, brothers and sisters, ladies and lads, boys and girls, mi hermanos, mi hermanas, and everything in between, man. Kings and queens, y'all know what time it is. The doctor's in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Your boy's still sick, but we here, man. We here for a new week, man. What a way to start off the beginning of the week, too, with a new unified champion and Ring Magazine champion in Jaron Ennis at the 147-pound welterweight division. Oh, my goodness. Yes, sir, man. Let's hit this roll call real quick. We got my boy Oscar Perez in the building. Big member. My brother in the building. What's good, my brother? Yes, Sirski said Boost became Ring Magazine champ, beating the number 2 in the division. Awesome performance from both fighters. Small group of people saying he got tagged a bit too much. Is number 1 versus number 2. If he's going to get tagged, I imagine it's going to be him. Talk to him. My boy came in here spitting facts. You know what I'm saying already, man. But before we get to more facts, let's go ahead and start off with our prayer like we usually do, man. So please join me and bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for walking us into and guiding us into this new week, this wonderful, beautiful Sunday that you blessed us with the opportunity to take in, breathe in, and open our eyes and experience again, Lord. So we ask you to continue to keep us in your presence, and let us also continuously seek your embrace and lean not on our own understanding, but have more, put more of our energy into our faith. And please protect us as we move forward, Lord, no matter how bad things may seem or how good things may seem. We know that we are prepared to conquer any situation we are in as long as we put you at the forefront of our minds and our intentions. So we thank you, Lord, for your blessings. We thank you, Lord, for your guidance. We thank you, Lord, for your mercies and your forgiveness. And we ask that you continuously let us move forward in a way that pleases you and also gives us opportunity to help somebody else improve their life and their experience on God, on your green earth, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. So let's go, man. So today I want to talk about, last night's fight, man. Boots versus Stanionis was the main event, man. And the fight was great, bro. I can't lie. Like, I know people aren't gonna think that it was so great from a competitive standpoint because Boots pretty much smoked Stanionis. Let's be honest. Like, I scored it, and he didn't come out in the 6th round. I didn't give 1 round to Stanionis, and I thought the 3rd round was very close. And a couple times, like in the 5th round, I was going to give it to Stanionis, and then like the last 40 seconds to a minute, Boots would just take over, man, significantly and just snatch the round, man. It's kind of like what Beterbiev was doing to Bivol in the first fight. Like, Bivol would be looking good, and then but for Beterbiev, it was like more like the last 10, the last 20 seconds he would do it, but Boots would do it like the last minute to 40 seconds left in the round. He'll just take over, man. And I thought it was a dominant performance by Jaron Ennis, and he was the #1 ranked guy in the Ring magazine, going against the #2 ranked guy in the Ring magazine in Stanionis. And what more do you want, man? 2 undefeated champions going at it in their prime while they're still young. What more do you want, man? The WBA and the IBF belt were on the line. The Ring magazine belt were on the line. And I just thought the man performed phenomenally well, fantastically well. And I know that people are saying that Boots gets hits too much. And I know, some people are coming out to Boots' defense as he deserves, right? We should come out to his defense because, let's face it, my favorite fighter is Cinnamon. He gets hit. People don't say anything. They just brag about his chin. And that's cool, right? Excuse me. Beterbiev gets hit, they just say, oh, Beterbiev has a good chin, When other guys get hit, they'd be like, I'll say particularly non-Black American fighters, when they get hit, people will say, like, they'll find a way to make it positive, right? They'll be like, oh, he has a chin, or oh, he's tough, or whatever. And I get that, right? So I think it's kind of unfair criticism to say that he gets hit too much, but I would say the big difference for me, and I'm not talking for the goofies, because, I do know that group of people exist that are just extra hard on certain fighters from a certain nationality or a certain background or certain ethnicity or certain complexion or coloration. We already know they exist. So I'm speaking for the boxing purists who don't care about that stuff. We just love and enjoy the sport. When I say that Boots was taking some shots yesterday that's a little concerning, is because he was doing it when it could have been avoided. That is what's key. If you don't say that part, then I get you're just a hater, But the fact that he gets hit when he tries to drop his hands down low or go matrix mode, and when you're doing that, on the forefront of your mind may be to have a little fun, which is no problem. Showboat a little bit, which is no problem. I love it. You know what I'm saying? If you get away with it, do it. I like Prince Nazim Ahmed. If you could get away with it, do it. Ben Whitaker, until he got caught trying to weasel his way up out of the situation against Liam Cameron. I love it. If you could do it, do it. So if I say that Jaron Boots Ennis gets hit too much, I'm just like, okay, bet. Because Stanionis caught him a couple times while he was doing his little hands down and showboat and stuff, and getting comfortable. So when you get hit during that stuff, then I think it's meant, it is something to be said, because that could be a little concerning, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be doing that and then get hit by somebody who has a little more power. Let's say, I have no doubt in my mind that Brian Norman has a little bit more power than Stanionis, right? That doesn't mean that Brian Norman could get to Boots, or even Boots would give him an opportunity to get to him like Stanionis did. But I think that'd be something if Boots does that. But hey, there's also a point to be said that Boots may not even be that. He might be more cautious if he was fighting somebody like Norman, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody stronger like Terrence Crawford, or somebody like that, or Virgil Ortiz. So there's no reason for concern outside of this fight, but there is a reason to say it, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times he was getting caught, it was because he was doing his little matrix of showboat mode, So but anybody saying, oh, he gets hit too much, like he's in danger, I can't say that until it actually happens, because this is what he's doing right now. And I've seen plenty of people get hit, and if he was just in there brawling and fighting and exchanging shots, and he was just eating them on the chin, then there'll be no cause for concern. But we don't know really how well he will take these punches. But as of right now, Stanionis hit him and he seemed fine, you know what I'm saying? And Stanionis has pop, right? So but yeah, so I just I think it's like a little bit give and take, like there's a little bit here, a little bit there, but it's nothing to be alarmed. But I do know that there's people that exist that are hating when they say, oh, he gets hit too much. I don't think he gets hit too much. I mean, like Oscar already said, his #1 and #2 guy. What you mean he gets hit too much? If he was going to get hit by anybody, it would be by Stanionis, because he's a good undefeated champion as well. So I don't want to harp too much on that. But if you're saying during the fight, it's like, dang, he could have not got hit there. Well, then, yeah, I mean, that's obvious, right? Because he could have kept his hands up. And I want to show you what's indicative of that. And this is why I think Bozy is a great trainer, because Bozy himself said exactly what I said yesterday. And I'm not saying that he's a great trainer because he said what I said. I'm just saying that it makes sense in the fact that he's open about how he feels about Boots getting touched up a little bit, right? He speaks on it, you know, and that's why I think Bozy's a great trainer, because, you know, he's going to be very open and honest. And if he's open and honest with criticizing his son in the media, then you got to assume that he's also open and honest with his son in the background too. So this is something that they're also aware of, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Mike Mazik in the building. What's good, brethren? Yes, sir, man. Hey, shout out to my guy Mike Mazik, man. Dropping the $5 on the Cash App, man. I appreciate it, bro. Wait. That ain't the Cash App, but hold on. I just got it in the message. Hold on, man. Shout out to my guy. Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Yes, sir, man. My boy dropping the $5 on the Cash App, man. I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to my guy Mike, man. But yeah, so let's check out what Bozy has to say about the same exact situation we were talking about Boots potentially getting hit a little bit more than necessary. Let's check it out. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted for this, but we just checking it out.
The result for the Ring magazine, the latest. Just talk to me about the feeling and the performance there for Jaron, a win over Eimantas Stanionis, and now obviously the Ring magazine won.
A wonderful job tonight, and I'm very pleased with that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To put on a performance like that in a massive.
Stanionis was a tough fight, tough fighter. You know what I mean? And he brung a lot of little stuff out of Boots. You know what I mean? He didn't bring all of it out, but he brung enough out where Boots can perform and look great.
Yeah. And especially with that there, I spoke to Boots just now, and he spoke about sort of not the showboating, but the dancing.
There you go, right here, the showboating and dance. Here you go.
That's what I mean. So how good is it to see that you know, when you're in the corner, that's your instinct to say.
He says it feels good, it looks good. You know what I'm saying?
What I tell him though, but when you do that, bring them hands back up though, because you got caught.
What did he just say? When you do that, bring them hands back up. So when people are out here saying, oh, we're people that are saying that he got hit too much, we're just hating. No, I can't, like I said, I can't speak for the goofies out there, because of course there's goofies out there that just are extra critical, and they will say things like, oh, Boots is a weight bully, you know, even though he's in the IBF sanctioned body. Boots is he's ducking Virgil Ortiz, even though he's not in the same weight division. Oh, Boots is getting hit too much, even though he's fighting a formidable opponent. So there's those set of people. But if you're really breaking down the fight, honestly speaking, there was a couple times where Stanionis caught him and it was unnecessary. And that's what I'm speaking on when I say, oh, he might have got touched a little too much while he was showboating, and, you know, he could have kept them hands up. And exactly what Bozy speaks on right here. Let's hear what he has to say, though. Let him finish his thought.
When you do that, bring them hands back up, though, because he got caught with a couple little shots. He rolled with him, but he got caught with a couple of shots. Yeah. Bring them hands back up. But he still did spectacular, though.
Yeah. When he said at the press.
And he said he's still spectacular. When you do that, just bring your hands back up. And a lot of times he got hit. You know, sometimes he did roll with them, which is something I did also note as well during the live stream. I was like, man, he's rolling with the punches, but he's still getting caught, man. Somebody with a little bit more pop, a little bit more athleticism, he may not have been able to get away with that, you know what I'm saying, so easily. So that is just the concerning part, you know, but nobody's perfect. So, you know, same with Canelo. You know, when I'm watching Canelo, I'll be like, okay, bet. I also critique him when I'm watching him as well. You know, I critique everybody. So I don't think it's unfair criticism to say that. It's just how you say it in the manner in which you say it. Do I think that he was ever in danger of being hurt? No. Did I think he still put on a dominant performance? Yes. So I think it's all good for Jaron Boots Ennis, and I think this is why Bozy is a great coach, because if he notices that he's not just a yes man for his son, he's gonna notice it, he's gonna say it, and he's gonna speak on it, and that's what he did, man. So you know he probably he let him off easy right here in the media, but in the corner and training and film review, he's probably gonna be on his head top, and that's how he should be. And that's why Bozy is going to be a great trainer, or is a great trainer, and Boots is going to continue to be a great fighter, you know what I'm saying? And speaking of that too, man, I want to also touch on Ray Ford. You know, Ray Savage Ford looking like a human highlighter because he had on the yellow and the pink, right? I also watched the interview with him, and I thought that he was pretty honest too, man. Shout out to Ray Ford. And what's so funny is that I spoke on this yesterday as well. I was like, man, you know, Ray Ford, he has to look good, and he should be able to close out the show. And he kind of spoke on that as well, man. And he was very honest, and he talked about some of his flaws. And he was like, you know, last time out, I got to work on cutting off the ring and things like that, but I will get better. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's great, man. I love to hear when fighters acknowledge their flaws or their shortcomings, because acknowledgement is everything. You know, once you acknowledge it, then that's when you can improve. But if you try to ignore it or act like it's not there, then how are you going to get better? You know, so and this is what he says right here. I want y'all to hear what Ray Ford has to say right here. I thought this was pretty cool. This is how you know I'm not saying it with hate, bro. And the fact that he recognizes it, man, makes my respect for him go all the way up, man. This is what he says right here.
What did you make your performance out there?
I'm tired of going 10 rounds. I need to end them shorter.
He said, what do you think about your performance right there? He said, I'm tired of going 10 rounds. I need to end it shorter. And what was I saying going into this fight? It's like, okay, Ray Ford, it's a boxing match, right? All you got to do is outbox him, of course. But sometimes Ray Ford seems like, not sometimes, his last two fights in particular, it seems like he's outclassing the guys to where he could and probably should be able to stop him. That's all we're saying. That's all I'm saying. I can't speak for everybody else, but that's all I'm saying. The fact that he acknowledges it though, man, big salute to Ray Ford. I think that's the beginning. But I will also say this too, which he touches on in this interview. He's not really a guy that's accustomed to walking people down and coming forward, which is why he's going to say, oh, I might need to work on cutting off the ring. But he said, this is the second time in a row where I'm the one that's pressing the issue. He said, I'm not used to fighting like that, but this is going to be good for him in the long run because now he'll know how to switch things up. You know what I'm saying? To be the defensive fighter, to be the offensive fighter, to be the aggressor, to be the more timid fighter, to be more passive, to be more assertive. So I think this is all going to help him, man. But yeah, listen to what he's saying right here.
It was an okay performance. Tough opponent. Never been stopped before, so you gotta give props to him.
When you look at Thomas, especially with sort of the way he's operating the ring, probably a bit negative at times there, often have to chase him. I guess
I don't know what my boy wearing, bro. My boy, yo, my boy look crazy, man. My boy look like, oh, do you know, like a fashionista, like he about to go for Fashion Week.
As an experience, I guess, for yourself when you have to be the aggressor there in the ring.
Yeah, that's not really my style, so it's like, that's something that I gotta keep working on in the gym, trying to.
He about to rip the runway, y'all, in drag.
You have to be the aggressor there.
So this is what he says. The interviewer asked him, oh, you had to be the aggressor in this fight. And this is how Ray Ford responds.
I guess, how was that as an experience, I guess, for yourself when you have to be the aggressor there in the ring?
Yeah, that's not really my style, so it's like, that's something that I gotta keep working on in the gym, trying to walk guys down and cutting the ring off and things like that.
He said, that's not really my style. That's something I got to keep working on in the gym to walk guys down and be able to cut off the ring better. Bro, how can you be mad at anybody that recognizes what their shortcomings are and they says, I'm going to work on it in the gym? You can't be mad at that, bro. I'm telling you. So I think Ray Ford, man, he's just going to continue to get better. He's only 26. Not like he's some old rooster. You know, he's not a spring chicken, but he's not an old rooster, you know. So I think he's just going to continue to get better, man. I look forward to seeing him. But let's continue to hear what he said, though.
He didn't really come to fight. I feel like I think he was trying to like just load up on one big shot. He tried to catch me slipping, so I still had to be cautious at the same time. But yeah, this is the second fight in a row where I'm the aggressor, and that's not really who I am.
I see you. He was talking to you a lot in the ring there.
So yeah, so shout out to Ray Ford, man. I love it, man. I love when fighters show the ambition and the desire to improve. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you get mad at anybody like that. So shout out to Ray Ford. He still won in a dominant performance. He washed Thomas Matisse, who was a veteran fighter, never been stopped. He washed him, man, completely washed him. Didn't lose a round, you know. So shout out to Ray Ford. He said, I like Bozy in this too. He can talk some sense. Yeah, what's good, James? My guy James in the building. He said, yeah, that Mardi Gras outfit, facts. That's what it is. A Mardi Gras, Louisiana, New Orleans outfit, man. New Orleans outfit, facts. Them scorecards look shaky, baby. There ain't no way a guy that landed 24 punches in 10 rounds gets 10-9. That's a 10-8 at least, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, yeah. They could have gave Jaron Ennis a little bit more, but I'm not mad at it, though, man. You know, like I said, Stanionis was in there fighting, man. I think Stanionis did his thing. It's just he was just outclassed, man. He didn't show any lack of heart. And speaking of that, man, I'm so sick of this chat, you know. And I know I'm going to probably sound crazy to a lot of people, right? I'm hearing all this, oh, Stanionis quit. Stanionis did this. Stanionis didn't want to come off his stool. Like, people have to realize, man. First of all, I don't like when they have the camera in the corner. Like, let the people have their private time, man. You know what I'm saying? That's their private time. Get out the corner, man. It's like the camera's trying to push between the head trainer and the assistant trainer and the cut man and the, like, bro, get back up, bro. Psst, back up, man. Like, you know, I'm sorry, man. I might sound crazy, but you know me. I don't like Ryan Garcia at all. But you never hear me say Ryan Garcia quit against Tank. Bro, when you get punched on, bro, that means something. You're in there fighting, and sometimes you can't do no more, bro. What, you want him to die? You see what I'm saying? Like, so I don't like Ryan Garcia, but I don't think he quit. I think he got a mean body shot and he couldn't go anywhere. He's like, hey, bro, hey, man, it is what it is. I can't go no more, man. Like, to me, quitting, and this is no disrespect because these are great fighters. One of them's a legend. So to me, quitting is when you don't get off your stool and you say no. Like, you the one that initiates the no mas or whatever. So like when Roberto Duran, who's a legend, right? He quit against Sugar Ray Leonard. Nicholas Walters, who was a beast at the time, he quit against Lomachenko. Hell, he just quit against Joseph Adorno. Like, when you decide not to, if you go watch the tape, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I need to go watch it again, but you know, I'm on when I'm doing the live commentary, I don't listen too well, but I know I heard his trainer, I don't remember the guy's name, Stanionis' trainer, but he was like, I'm gonna stop the fight. And Stanionis was like, no. I think he shook his head no. Like, he wants to keep going, but then he asked him, he's like, man, no, I'm going to stop the fight. You don't need it, whatever. Then they had a conversation. I couldn't hear the rest. And then it's like he convinced him to stop it. And I can't blame a fighter for listening to his corner. Like, it wasn't like, oh, Stanionis went back to, if you even remember, go back and watch the fight. After he dropped Stanionis at the end of the round, they both did a little stare down. There was nothing about his body language going into the corner that he wanted to quit. You see what I'm saying? His trainer advised him, and that's what trainers and coaches are there for. If they don't want you to sit there and get beat up, you know what I'm saying, for the duration of the fight, I don't think that's synonymous with quitting. I know we might be splitting hairs here, but to me, quitting is when the fighter initiates or elects to not continue. Like, you could even argue, I don't even say Derek Cuevas against Brian Norman quit, but you could argue that because he seemed like he was up and he was aware and he just decided, hey, man, I'm good. You know, that's different, you know. But when your trainer, it's like if Oscar's my trainer and I'm God forbid it happens, but I'm getting whooped on and Oscar's like, hey, doc, man, hey, it's a little out of hand, man. You know, I'm going to go ahead and call it. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm going to keep going. He's like, no, man, for the betterment of you, you trust me with your well-being. You trust me as your trainer to look out what's best for you, right? And I'd be like, yeah. He'd be like, okay, so I think it's best as we stop it. And I'd be like, okay, bet. You know, I'm gonna listen to you. You're my trainer. That's respect. And then people say I quit. It's like, bro, like, that's what the trainer wanted. You want him to fight his trainer? You see what I'm saying? And then go fight the fight. Go fight his trainer in the corner and then proceed to fight the fighter. It's like, bro, I don't think Stanionis quit. I think I think it's disrespectful to the fighters. I just think that sometimes the trainers take it out your hands, and I think that's what they did. I think his team took it out his hands and he listened to his head trainer. It is what it is. If this was basketball, it would be synonymous to a player getting taken out the game when he doesn't want to. Like, I know it's a little different. We see things differently because it's not the same sport, but it's like when I sub out LeBron and LeBron wants to keep playing and I'm the head coach and I could sub him out, and then we've seen when sometimes players excuse me, we see sometimes players they protest the substitution and stuff like that. We even see players stay in the game and refuse to come out, right? But we don't see it often. More times than not, we see the players be like, all right, bet, that's the head coach. I'm gonna listen to my coach. I'm gonna be subbed out even if they don't want to. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So that's what that is synonymous to. Is like your head coach subbing you out the game and taking you out the game. They took Stanionis out the game. That's all it was to me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Boots. I thought Boots put on a phenomenal performance. Shout out to Stanionis. You know, he's one of the ones that actually had ambition to become one of the best and see if he could be one of the best. And I got to salute both the fighters, man. Somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. Well, most of the time, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. Sometimes you can get a draw, but the majority of the time, somebody got to win, somebody has to lose. And Boots won in a spectacular fashion, man. I think it was great, and I don't think we should try to slander either fighter or overshadow the fighters with nonsense like, this person quit, or this person's a weight bully, or this person doesn't deserve it, or whatever it is, man. I just think people are just ridiculous, man. Some people say Boots now the best at 154, and he's not even at 154. People are very stupid, you know. People say all types of stupid stuff. People say he's the best at 154. He said Justice Corder saved him for another day. Stanionis needed a KO after fight. Right, exactly, James. Exactly. I think that, yeah, man, you got to save him for another day, man. This is fighting, yes, but it's not. This is still their job and their livelihood, man. You know, I'm not trying to make excuses for anybody, but he just had a baby, you know, a baby about to be born. You want to keep your faculties and move on. You know, he's going to have to fight again, probably. It's probably not going to be his last fight. And I think he's still a serviceable fighter, so I don't think anything wrong with it. Now, I will say this, though. The people that say other fighters quit, Like, if you want to say other fighters quit, then I mean, I can't argue that Stanionis quit. So as long as you keep it consistent, because I know there's some people that say that Ryan Garcia quit against Tank. There's some people that say Amir Khan quit against Terrence Crawford. To me, that was a quit, though. I think Amir Khan quit. I ain't gonna lie. But some people will say, whoever else quit. Some other fighters quit or whatever. Then you got to say Stanionis quit. You know what I'm saying? So just keep it consistent. But I don't look at this Stanionis quit. That's just my opinion. I know some people may think that he quit. That's cool, but I don't think it was like, oh, he didn't want to fight. He didn't have a desire to fight. When he got in trouble, he looked for the fastest way out. That's not how I saw it, bro. Like, they ended the round staring each other down, and then when Stanionis walked back to the corner, the team was like, nah, man, we gotta, it is what it is, man. Shout out to my guy, Boys Who Cry. What's good, bro? So, yeah, I don't think it was any problem, man. I saw nothing but effort from Stanionis, and I saw nothing but skill and talent and potential from Jaron Ennis, man. 147-pound division is his until said otherwise, And before I moved on, because I want to talk about what's next, right? And what's next, is that top 10 pound for pound list. We about to go and handle this business right here. But before we get to that, though, I did want to say, like, with the whole Stanionis situation, man, I just see people, I don't know, it's just hard for people to be consistent. I just think that part is funny. But anyway, forget that part. I do want to be clear, though, and before we say, oh, Stanionis, because this is what I said before now, remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, Oscar, you've been here for a long time. You got seniority, so tell me when I'm capping. Did I not say that, oh, I'm not mad at Brian Norman for not taking the Boots fight because he said the money wasn't there? And the same thing Stanionis also said the money wasn't there. And same thing Barrios also said the money wasn't there, right? So now people are like, oh, I've seen some people say, oh, well, Brian Norman is weak because Stanionis took the fight and Brian Norman didn't want it. Slow down, little buddy. According to Brian Norman Sr., now he could be lying, but according to what I've heard, and also Brian Norman Sr. corroborating with the story on a separate interview that I watched this morning, Stanionis also, he actually received more money than what was offered for Boots. So the reason why I said that you got to know your own, what you deserve and your own valuation, I cannot tell somebody how much money they deserve, is because it wasn't like Norman was saying that, oh, they didn't offer enough money for Boots. Stanionis said the same thing. And Barrios, particularly his trainer, Bob Santos, said the same thing. So they're all saying the same thing. So it must be true. Eddie Hearn was trying to lowball people, And now Stanionis took the fight, and Stanionis ended up getting more money than what was offered to Norman. That's just why he took the fight. And that's okay. I'm not saying that, oh, he only took the fight because it was a big payday. No, he took the fight because he wanted the fight, but also it made sense. Like, the risk has to match the reward, man. These are business transactions, whether you want to look at it as such or not. You're not going to fight for pennies. And anybody advocating anybody to go fight for pennies or less than what they're worth, shame on you, because you wouldn't do the same thing for your own life. You would not apply it to your own life. People saying, oh, Shakur should take $2 million less to go fight Zepeda from Turk, or he should take this amount of money to fight Devin Haney. Bro, shut up, bro. Like, you don't even know these people's valuation. You're not a financial advisor. You're not on the team. You don't know how much money these people are worth, how much money they're going to make elsewhere. Like, bro, just shut up, bro. Say that it's okay to just say, hey, I wish Shakur would have fought Devin Haney. Point blank, period. That's it. You don't have to say, oh, he's a coward, because if he really believed in himself, he would have took less money. Bro, stop telling people what to do with their money, man. You over here pocket watch, you sound like a little bitch. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not in the business of telling people how much money they should take, how much money they should make, or what it means to make a fight happen. I just want these fights to happen, and it's gonna happen when it makes sense, because I don't think Stanionis is scared of anybody. Obviously, he just proved that. I don't think Norman's scared of anybody. I don't think Barrios is scared of anybody, and I damn sure don't think Boots is scared of anybody. But anybody else, you just say stuff, you're trying to demonize or villainize somebody because you're trying to press a point and push a point that really doesn't even make sense. You out here just pocket watching. I think if you pocket watching, it's very unbecoming of a man, and I think you got some female tendencies.
Don't speak on how they pay you, because pocket watching us men shouldn't do, and that's just by nature. But thank you.
He said, Running Reb says, I just read a bunch of fans calling for a whole corner to be fired. Why? For leaving their man out there too long? Stanionis? Who are they talking about, Reb? Yeah, that's crazy. I think it was a good stoppage, but I don't think that Stanionis was out there too long. No, if anything, I could argue that I would have maybe gave Stanionis another round if he wanted it. You know what I'm saying? But I think that was a good stoppage. I think it was a great stoppage. Like I said, people will complain. That's the thing about social media, man. Everybody has a voice, for better or for worse. And it doesn't matter what the situation is, bro. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, bro. You know what's crazy about this, dog? I'm right. Appreciate it, Oscar. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Boxer Guru, what's good? Name should be Stanky. Nah, Boxer Guru. Nah, Stanionis did his thing, man. Stanionis did his thing. Okay, well, what fight are you referencing, Reb? But I want to say, you know what's so funny about people just saying anything? And this is the real life thing. I promise you, there's a God above, bro. I'm not lying, bro. There was a game. I didn't even know that these games exist. Literally, bro. So it's a sexual assault video game simulator. So it's, I don't know if I can say this word because of terms of service, but RAPE simulator. Literally, bro. Bro, like, what kind of sicko are you? But anyway, it was a game and it got removed and taken off of Steam. I don't know if y'all play games like that, but Steam is a application that you use to download games on your PC and play them, right? And there was literally a RAPE simulator, and they got it removed. And there's people on social media complaining about the removal of a game that simulates sexual assault. One of the most vicious, disgusting, despicable crimes on God's green earth. People are mad about that. And you know what they're saying? They're saying, oh, well, you could commit murder in video games. Oh, well, you could beat somebody up in video games. There's so many crimes that are committed in video games. Why are we going to draw the line at this? Bitch, what? Because you can at least justify. Let's play that game, right? If I'm on Call of Duty and I'm shooting somebody, I could justify it and say, okay, bet if I don't shoot them, they're going to shoot me. So I could justify self-defense. I could justify that this is a war simulator and whatever it is, or it's just fun. Or even in Grand Theft Auto, I could justify, okay, I'm robbing a car. I'm committed a Grand Theft, you know, but I'm doing it to get here. Or I'm doing it to accomplish a mission or something like that, whatever, for the confines of the game. There's nothing that justifies that type of action when it comes to sexual assault, right? But there's people on Twitter justify. So that's just my point. My point is that no matter what you do, like the guy, my guy Reb just said, people are saying, oh, well, the corner stopped it too early, or oh, the corner stopped it too late. No matter what you do, bro, people are gonna say something. It doesn't matter, bro. Boots gets a stoppage. Oh, he didn't do it fast enough. You know. Oh, Boots wins every round. Oh, he got hit too much. Canelo reclaims undisputed. Oh, well, he's fighting a guy that we never heard of, even though he's an undefeated champion in Williams School. Like, people are always gonna say something, bro. So it doesn't matter, bro. You can't live by the court of public opinion, because it'll drive you nuts, bro. You just got to be confident in what you're doing and know that you're doing the right thing and just do it, bro. Because people are stupid, bro. I couldn't believe I seen people gangbanging on freaking a video game simulation on sexual assault and trying to defend it. And they're mad because it got removed off of Steam. Come on, bro. Anyway, big dog Jake Paul chased the bag. Yo, shout out to my boy Big Dog Willie, man. What's good, man? Big member in the building. Yeah, big facts. Thank you, bro. They out here pocket watching, Willie. They out here pocket watching, man. It's all steroids, and I'm sad to say that Take Maniacs are leading the pack. That's crazy. Last week we wanted to fire the quarter for not protecting their fighter. This week we call the fighter a quitter for the quarter protecting their fighter. Exactly, Rev. Exactly. That was your point. Exactly. Yes. So people, you just got to be in tune with you, man, and you can't listen to people, because people will complain about anything, bro. Yeah, I get what you're saying now. Boss Dad said Jaron Boots Ennis looks spectacular. I'm talking about fire. That performance was awesome, man. The repeat, achieve, predict, entertain game. Never heard of it. The repeat, yeah, that's it right there. The repeat, achieve, predict, entertain game. Yes, never heard of it. I'll show you right now. I mean, I'll show you right now, just so y'all don't think I'm lying, because, you know, I mean, I know my reputation is established as a truth teller, but I just want to show y'all what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm talking about? Let me see if I can find it real quick. It was removed, and people were upset. I said, huh? That's what you upset about? All the stuff in the world, and you're upset about that? My brother, my sister, I'm going to need you to do better. I'm going to need you to do so much better. I'm going to find it real quick, and then we're going to get back to the boxing. I'm going to get back to the boxing talk. I got to show y'all real quick, though. Real quick, so y'all don't think I'm capping. Because I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I said, hold on, what? I said, wait, what? Then watch, now I can't find it. Box side. I don't know what it was called. It was just on Twitter. Yep, here it is right here. Look, chat. Just so y'all don't think I'm capping. We did it. The game is gone globally from Steam. Victory. RAPE simulation game pulled. The game is called No Mercy. I can't make this up, bro. This is reality. The game is a blank simulation game. and it's called No Mercy. Bro, what kind of sick bastard are you, bro? To make this game, and then the people that play this game, and the people that are mad that this game was pulled. Look at this person right here. He said, "Oh, welcome to the slippery slope of what constitutes free speech or art. You set a precedent that I don't think you understand and will follow from this. Enjoy your victory, but more and more, this is why people don't want women to vote in this country." What? 54% of women ejaculate during, like, these are people are disgusting, bro. He said, "This is interesting considering killing is far worse crime than RAPE, yet most games involve an element of killing to win the game." What? Why? What is the point of removing it from Steam? This is a blow to freedom of speech. If your freedom of speech has to do with pretending to do that to somebody, bro, I mean, take my freedom of speech, bro. I'm sorry. You can have it. Bro, it's real, bro. Web, I'm not lying, bro. I don't make this stuff up, bro. I don't make this stuff up, bro. It's real, bro. I wish I was, bro. It's real, bro. It's real, bro. There's some sickos out there, bro. You got to be careful, man. Hide your kids, hide your wife, man. Hide your kids, hide your wife, man. It's crazy, bro. Life is crazy, bro. People are mad. You should be mad that the game was even allowed to be created in the first place. That's what you should be mad about. It encouraged grape and incest. You already know what type of people are mad. And it ain't my cousin, Jaden. Right, bro, bro. But anyway, that just goes to show you that no matter what you do, whether it's right or wrong, people are always going to say something negative. And that's what Reb was saying. But yeah, man, so I think that, yeah, shout out to Boots, man. I want to see more unifications at 147. But I'm going to tell you right now, do I think that that's going to happen next for Boots? I don't think so, because I'm hearing about Mario Barrios still pursuing a fight with Pacquiao on his return, which I think is nonsensical at best. But hey, get your money, you know. And then I'm hearing about Brian Norman seriously entertaining the Jin Sasaki fight, which I'm not mad at. That's a good fight, you know. But I'm gonna be honest too, though. I don't think you have to get unifications back to back, you know. So I'm not mad. If you're asking me, hey Doc, what fight do you want to see at 147 next? I want to see Mario Barrios and Brian Norman, and then I want to see Boots and Norman after that, or we could skip Brian Norman and Barrios, and we could go Boots and Barrios, or Boots and Norman. But for me, I would like to see Brian Norman versus Mario Barrios, and then the winner of that unification, now we get another unification between Boots and Brian Norman if Brian Norman beats Barrios, or Boots and Barrios if Barrios beats Brian Norman, and each person will be bringing 2 of the alphabets belts a piece to the engagement. I think that'd be fire. And then also Boots would be bringing the Ring Magazine belt as well. So that'd be my ideal scenario. But would I be mad if Brian Norman fights Jin Sasaki? No, Jin Sasaki, he's a good fighter. His defense is trash. You know, he's like Jaime Munguia. He blocks with his face, so he's exciting to watch, but I don't think he beats any of the champions. I don't think he beats Barrios, Stanionis, Norman, or Boots. Well, I guess Stanionis not a champion anymore, but you get what I'm saying. I don't think he does, but it'll be entertaining to watch. And I think he has a good chance because he does have some firepower, you know. So I wouldn't be mad if Boots and Teofimo end up fighting, which I don't think Teofimo will fight Boots either. But that is one of the rumors, you know. If Teofimo beats, in the scenario that Teofimo beats Barbosa, he could move up to 147 fully and fight Boots. You know, I wouldn't be mad at that. But I do think that this is promising, you know, from the standpoint that it was a PBC and a Matchroom affair, you know, PBC representing Stanionis, and then Boots representing Matchroom. So we know that the other belt is PBC belt too, right, by Mario Barrios. So this is a good sign to show that things can move forward amicably and we can get these fights happening, right? And then we already know Top Rank and Matchroom have a history of working together. Plus, not to mention Turkey Al Sheikh, you know, you include him in there to help facilitate these fights. I think that this is promising to know that some unifications are on the horizon. More unifications are on the horizon. YD, what's good, my brother? You said, how you doing, man? I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. How are you? He said, guys like this make us males look bad. Yes, absolutely. They make men look bad, but at the same time, too, as people, we can't judge groups. We got to judge people by individuals, not by the groups, you know, unless you're running with a crazy group. But, like, you know, say we don't want to judge people by their gender or their sexuality or their religion or the complexion or anything like that, you know, ethnicity, because then you'll get in trouble too. You know, I'm a man and I don't agree with that at all, you know. So but you're right, though. It does make people that have any type of similarity with me look bad, for sure. Well, who is Kenshiro Taraji and why is he pound for pound? Give Boots that spot. Boxing Guru, we about to get into it. Hold on, Guru. Everything by John. What's good, my brother? He said, what you thought about last night? I just got in. Hey, man, that was a great fight, man. Great performance. I talked about a little earlier. I had to check the VOD, but man, hey, everything by John. I think that performance was everything by Boots. You see what I did there? Everything by John. That performance was everything by Boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I did there? Yes, sir. Fire. But yeah, man, I thought it was great, man. And that's the thing. I'm not hard on Stanionis either, because we knew that it could potentially look like that going in, right? We knew Stanionis stylistically was a bad matchup on his side for Boots, unless he pressed the issue and did what he did. And I know a lot of people will be hypercritical and say, oh, he had the wrong game plan. No, he didn't, bro. That was the way he was going to win, for him to come forward and try to mix it up on the inside. He knew that. We knew that. You know what I'm saying? And Boots and them knew that. So I just think that he was just beat by the better man, bro. It's not always something that you can do. You know, it is what it is sometimes. Sometimes you are in there against a guy who's just as talented or more talented and works just as hard or works harder, you know? So I just think that Boots, I still think Stanionis can become a champion. If Stanionis was fighting Barrios, who a lot of people would pick Stanionis. A lot of people would pick Barrios too, but I think that's like a 50-50 fight. If Stanionis was fighting Brian Norman Jr., I think a lot of people would be split on who would win. So it's just because you lose to one champion doesn't mean that you're not a formidable, serviceable fighter. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop throwing away fighters because they have one loss. We got to stop that, man. This loss by Stanionis to Boots, no matter how bad it was, it does not mean that Stanionis is trash.
Know your fucking place, trash.
It does not mean that we need to throw away Stanionis. All it means is that we know that Stanionis can't beat Boots. That's it. You know, and not necessarily any shame in that. You know, of course it's gonna hurt. Of course he's undefeated. Somebody's had to go, and it was Stanionis's. But no, I mean, I'm still interested to see if Stanionis bounce back. But yeah, I'm hoping that Boots is. I'm hoping that Boots gets. Excuse me, sorry about it. Still sick, y'all. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me go. Blow my nose. I'll be right back. Let me go blow my nose. I'll be right back. Sir, man, we out here sick, but we still get it in, man. You know how we work hard, chat. We get the hustle off the muscle, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. We get the hustle off the muscle, man. Stop playing with us. You know what I'm saying? Sick, it don't even matter. We still out here. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yo, shout out to my guy, Tech Dun Dad, man. Big member in the building. He said salutations. Yes, sir. Salute, man. Salutations, my brother. He said DBT fan. Me and Ty told y'all Boots was gonna whizzap. Whizzazip, my bad. Whizzazazip, my bad. Was gonna whizzazazip. Stanionis to make him look very average. He made that man reconsider life choices. That's a fact. Hey, shout out to Stanionis though, man. I'm not mad at Stanionis, you know. And you and Ty did tell me that he was gonna get stoppage. I picked Boost to win, but I thought it was gonna be by unanimous decision. But I'm not mad at it, man. I love the effort from Stanionis, and I love the skills and the performance by Boots Ennis, and I love the humility too, man. Let's not get it twisted, man. People think that because people are confident and they get comfortable, that means that you're arrogant. No, you're just confident in yourself and you believe in your abilities, and you can't wait for the opportunity to demonstrate your abilities and put them on display. So shout out to Boost, man. Shout out to Stanionis. He put on a hell of a fight too. While it lasted, it's just, hey, man, he was outclassed, man. Now let's get right, man. Let's get right, man. We about to do this gosh dang pound for pound list. You know what I'm saying? It's going down in the pound for pound. Now, Boots has become a unified champion, Ring Magazine champion, all while being an undefeated champion in welterweight division. He has solidified himself as he has separated himself as the clear best champion at 147, right? The best fighter in the division. Is Boots top 10 pound for pound? Does he need to clean out 147 to become pound for pound? Does he need to be undisputed before he's pound for pound? Because the welterweight division is a little bit weaker, right? That might be the case. However, I'm thinking he might be pound for pound, man. I'm thinking he might be pound for pound right now. Being unified WBA IBF champion, and he has a Ring Magazine belt, is no longer vacant. And it was a 1 and 2 guy to fight for him to become the lineal champion by beating the number 2 guy in the Ring Magazine belt as far as ranking goes. I'm thinking he might be there, bro. But speaking of who my guy Boxing Guru just brought up, he brought up Kenshiro Taraji. And that's one of the guys that may make it a little interesting, right? So let's talk about it, chat. And guess what I have to talk about it? I brought up our fire tier list. And I'm going to need some help with this tier list. But first, let me get some things out the way. And I would love to bring some people up to join the Discord, whether it's Tech Dumb Dad or Oscar or James Daly or Boxing Guru. Whoever wants to join, you are welcome. But let me iron out some things first, and then we're going to talk about it. Definitely pound for pound, says Big Dog Willie. I put him at number 9. Let's talk about it, chat. So I have compiled a list. I took it upon myself to compile a list of the pound for pound talent and the would-be pound for pound talents and the should-be pound for pound talents and the could-be pound for pound talents. So, of course, we have the top 3. Then we have 4 through 5. Then we have 6 through 10. Then we have just outside the club, meaning they can't get in. You know what I'm talking about? The club was at capacity. When we get to 10, they trying to get in, but they in the parking lot. They parking lot pipping. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, Big Dog Willie. I know you've been parking lot pipping in the back of the day. You know what I'm talking about? And you too, Tech Dumb Dad. You listening to En Vogue. I know you was definitely parking lot pipping back in the day. My boy listening to En Vogue on his wedding night. Yeah, you was definitely parking lot pipping. Your wife saved you. Yeah. So shout out to Mrs. Tech Dumb Dad. So the top 3, in my opinion, before I get the input of everybody else, I feel like this is not even debatable, right? I feel like top 3, if you don't have these 3 fighters, these 3 phenomenal fighters, 2-time undisputed fighters and 2 separate weight division fighters, undefeated fighters, if you don't have them in your top 3, then I think you don't even belong in this conversation, because you're just ridiculous. I think that anybody that doesn't have Terrence Bud Crawford, Alexander Usyk, and Naoya Inoue at top 3, it don't matter what order you have them in. This doesn't have to be in the order. I'm just putting the people that belong in their respective slots, right? In their respective grouping, not in their particular individual slots. If you don't have these 3 at your top 3, I think you don't know what you're talking about. So I'm not even going to entertain your opinion. Now, 4 through 5, if you don't have these next 2 fighters who have both been undisputed, one was the first ever undisputed in that weight division in history, then I think that you're also crazy. And I think those 2 people are Saul Canelo Alvarez, aka Cinnamon, and Dimitri Bivol. To me, these first 5 are solidified. Anybody else is debatable. So to me, I don't want to hear nothing from nobody about the top 3 being these 3 individuals, and the 4 through 5 being these 2 individuals. I don't care what order you have them. If you want to have Bivol over Canelo right now, that's cool. If you want to have Canelo over Bivol, that's cool. Like I said, if you want to have Usyk over Terrence Crawford, that's cool. Inoue over Terrence Crawford, that's cool. Like I said, it doesn't really matter to me as long as the order is, as long as these people occupy these positions. Now, let's go down to 6 through 10. Now, this is just my list, my opinion. 6, I got Artur Beterbiev. I'm lying. No, I don't. 6. Well, no, I got Beterbiev in 6 through 10. I got Tank in 6 through 10. I personally have David Benavidez in 6 through 10. So that's what, 6, 7, 8. And I have and I personally have yo, I'm tripping. Hold on, chat. I messed up. Hold on, chat. I messed up, chat. I'm tripping, chat. Hold on. I'm tripping, chat. I'm tripping. Give me a second, chat. I messed up. Hold on. I'm tripping. How did I forget this person? I forgot the man of the hour. I forgot to put Jaron Ennis in there. How did I forget to put the man of the hour in there? I'm wilding. Hold on, chat. Let me fix this real quick. Hold on. I'm tripping, chat. I forgot to put the man of the hour in there. What am I talking about? My fault. Give me a second, man. Okay, we back. I had to rectify that issue. You know what I'm talking about? Houston, we almost had a problem. And then, so in here, I also got, I got David Benavidez. I got my boy, Oscar Collazo. And then I got Jaron Ennis. Now, these guys here, Bam Rodriguez, Daniel Dubois, Devin Haney, Ja Pataya, Junto Nakatani, Janabek. That was just a little extra. Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, Kenshiro Taraji, and Zerto Ramirez. They're just on the outside, and I feel like I could justify why they're just on the outside. So this is my top 10. My top 10 consists of Alexander Usyk, Terrence Crawford, in a way, Canelo, Bivol, Beterbiev, Tank, Benavidez, Collazo, and Ennis. Those are my top 10. Everybody else is just on the outside. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Janabek, I could really put him at the back. Teofimo, I could put him at the back too because he's been trash. But Teofimo's still the most decorated. I don't like Teofimo, but he's still the most decorated guy at 140. You know what I'm saying? Most accomplished guy, even though he has a nasty loss to Kambosos. But, you know, it is what it is. And Janabek is unified. I was thinking about putting Sebastian Fedora on here, but nah, I'm not putting Fedora on there. But, so, yeah, man. So, anybody want to jump in the Discord? You got my boy Kendrick in the building. He said Beterbiev was getting disrespected. Who was disrespecting Beterbiev? My boy, yeah, we got my boy Kendrick in the building. What's good, brethren? We gonna pull up my guy Oscar, man. I know Oscar got some things to say. So, oh shoot, hold on, I'm on the wrong thing. Let me pull up my guy at the Discord. You lost me after Beterbiev. No, I just said Beterbiev is not number 6. I just said he's in 6 through 10. Not that he's number 6. Not that he's number 6. I said that's just the grouping. That's just a grouping. For me, I put Tank number 6. I put Beterbiev number 7. That's just a grouping. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really worried about the individual slots. Just Beterbiev is definitely 6 through 10 though. I don't think you can have Beterbiev outside your top 10 now. Come on now. What are we doing? Beterbiev's not on top 10 list? Come on, James. Come on, James. What are we doing? Beterbiev's not on the top 10 list, bro? Come on, bro. Yo.
You put Tank where?
I put Tank 6 through 10. How you said I lost you after Beterbiev's number 6, and then you said I had Beterbiev number 6. Oh, I lost you. Okay, so you agree with Beterbiev 6, and then I lost you after that. I got you, James. Okay, I apologize. I understand. I thought you were saying I lost you at that. Okay, I got you after. My fault. Okay. So you're saying you're good up until here. It's just Tank, Benavidez, Collazo, and Ennis. Okay, I got you. I understand. Beterbiev is 6 if Bivol is 4. If Bivol is 4, Beterbiev 6. So Canelo, I mean, I don't really care about these orders. So. Benavidez, I think you can take Benavidez out. I actually think you can.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not mad if anybody has them or don't have them. I think that's just significant of the great year of boxing. Well, the last years of boxing we've been having, but if we go by resume, he's still. I mean, what was his name? Fuck. The guy he just fought, I forgot his name.
David Morrell?
David Morrell and Caleb Plant. They're good wins.
Great wins, I think.
Caleb Plant's a great win. Morrell's a good win because he still hasn't had to step in that position. Now, given
that's a good point.
He's a great fighter. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter.
Right.
Or he's trash. I'm just saying we didn't know how good he was. We were actually surprised that he was that good.
Okay, so he's saying basically he's just not proven.
Not proven, not tested. Well, but he's not now. He's tested, so we know how good he is. So there's arguments to take out Benavidez.
I agree. I think there's arguments to take out everybody 6 through 10. I think there's I wouldn't take out Beterbiev. I wouldn't take out Tank, but I think there's an argument to take out Tank. I think there's an argument to take out Benavidez. I think there's an argument to take out Collazo. I think there's an argument to take out Ennis. I think there's an argument to put in Boots. I mean, not Boots, sorry. I think there's an argument. Obviously, I think there's an argument to put those guys in. Obviously, that's why I have them in. But I think there's an argument to put in Bam. I think there's an argument to put in Devin Haney. I think there's an argument to put in Kenshiro Taraji. I think there's an argument to put in Shakur. I think there's an argument to put in Dubois. And that's about it. I put Ja Pataya and I think there's an argument to put in Zerto. I think there's an argument to put in. I think there's an argument to put in Ja Pataya. I think there's an argument to put in Junto. I don't think there's an argument to put in Teofimo and Janabek. But I do think there's an argument to put in everybody else though.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I definitely think
Janabek. I mean, his resume is lackluster.
Yes, but he is unified. You see what I'm saying? So,
but he is unified. So He does have the accolade. So,
right.
But he don't have the definitive answer to get in. in my opinion.
I agree. And I think that, and that's the thing. I think at 160, he's kind of in the same position as Boots, you know,
Yes.
because there's just not too many people there. But even with Boots, though, Stanionis, to me, excuse me, Stanionis is better than anybody that Stanionis and Karen are better than anybody Janibek has fought, to me.
Yes.
So that's why I think that gives him the edge. And not to mention, he's also unified, undefeated, and he has, the Ring magazine now too. So he's a lineal champ. But in addition to that too, correct me if I'm wrong, someone correct me. I think Boots is 34-0 and Janibek is 17-0. So I think that means something too as well. You know, if they both have people that aren't that good on their resume, you know, at least one guy has damn near double of what the other guy has. You know what I'm saying? As far as amount of quantity of fights, I think we have to consider that as well. Benavidez has 3 out of Benavidez' last wins were former champs, so his resume holds up. But yeah, I'm not sure. Benavidez has 3 out of Benavidez' last wins. I think he said 3 out of Benavidez. I take away the Benavidez has part. Just 3 out of Benavidez' last wins were former champions. So yeah, I think his resume holds up. I think not just 3. I'm gonna be honest. This is my, like I said, the reason why I have these guys on there because I can make an argument. For me, Benavidez, I feel like if Benavidez' last 5 fights, I know they don't seem that great. But if going back to David Lemieux, he's not a great fighter when Benavidez fought him, but he is a former champion.
Yeah.
And then after that, he fought Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant, I agree with you, Oscar. That's the best win on Dave Benavidez' resume. And that's a great win. But Caleb Plant only lost to Dave Benavidez and Canelo. And he's an interim champion right now. And I fully believe that, well, I don't think he'll be Canelo, but I think he's capable of becoming a champion again as long as Canelo's not there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he beats Canelo. But, you know, I think he's capable of reclaiming the championship. So he fought David Lemieux, Caleb Plant. He fought Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, who's I don't want to call him a boogeyman. I think that's a little bit too much, but people don't want to fight him. He's very avoided, right?
Yes, that is fact.
Right. And Dave Benavidez he was way bigger than him. Let's keep that part too, but Boo Boo
was big too.
Boo Boo was big too, right? But Boo Boo doesn't really fight at 168. You usually at 161. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
I could see the people not giving him full credit for that, but I give him credit for that. And then his fight after that was who? Alexander Vazdik for his debut at light heavyweight. His debut at a new weight class, he fought a former champion, Alexander Vazdik, who beat Adonis, the Haitian-born champion, Adonis Superman Stevenson, and he was beating on 2 of the 3 judges' scorecard. He was beating Beterbiev until he got stopped in the 10th round on 2 of the 3 judges' scorecard. That was his first fight at 175. That's good, you know, and he's a former champion, right? And then his last fight, like you said, was David Morrell. David Morrell, I agree with you. He's not proven, but
he is good.
He is good, and he was an interim champion. You know, not saying that means much, but he was. It wasn't like he was like, okay, he's not like Ozzy Iglesias. No disrespect to Ozzy Iglesias. We think Ozzy Iglesias is good, but he doesn't have the ranking to support that. David Morrell, we think he's good. He may not have the opponents, but he had the ranking to support that. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that means so. So that would be my argument for Dave Benavidez, man. I feel like if Dave Benavidez fights, let's say he fights Beterbiev and Bivol and he wins, like, I don't think he beats Beterbiev and Bivol, but I don't think it's far-fetched that he beats them. You know what I'm saying? I think he has a chance to beat them for sure. I just don't think he does. But if he does fight them next, or let's say he fights Callum Smith next, bro, that's a hell of a run, bro. That's a good run, man. I think that's a good run, man. Like I said, they're not like anybody that'll blow you out the water as far as opposition goes, but those are good, solid guys, man.
Yeah, I would say David Lemieux. I wouldn't count David Lemieux though. David Lemieux was on his way out.
Yeah, that's his last fight.
That's the best way to describe Caleb Plant. David Lemieux. David Lemieux was the best as long as Triple G wasn't around.
Hey, that's
Caleb
true.
Plant is the best as long as Canelo's not around.
hey, I'm not mad at that assessment. Now you good, Kendrick. I just had to read it. I just had to read it twice. We got it. No, you good, bro. Go ahead.
I do it like you said. Like there's an argument for Benavidez. I'm not saying Benavidez don't. For me, he don't. But like I'm not mad at somebody like you just argumented. Like I'm not mad at it. Like, how can I be mad?
Right. So
there's also like for me, there's an argument for Taraji to go in.
Come on now, talk to me.
Because not so much because like the accolades does matter, but you know they're smaller weights, and like it's not so much that he's a 2 division unified champion. But who has he beaten to get there? Because Squad is a champion now. He already beat him. He beat a Koi.
Yep.
He beat a Koi who is very controversial stoppage.
Yep.
But And he
Very
has had a
controversial.
couple of those. But no, the guy's accomplished. He's beating the champions that he needs to beat.
Yep.
And some of them guys that he already beat already moved up and became champions themselves. So
Yep.
there is an argument for him too.
Yeah, absolutely. 112 is just, some people.
Yeah, 112.
Some people don't care about 112, but yeah. Some people don't care about 112, but yeah. I mean, I agree with you. He's a Ring Magazine champion too, right? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so unified and Ring Magazine champion. So, yo, Oster, what's good, my brother? He said, okay, so how's your list look? So I took out Benavidez and I put Kishiro Taraji for you. Who else is 6 through 10? So I think you agree with me 1 through 5, right?
Yeah, 1 through 5, I agree.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Number 6, I got Better Be It.
Okay.
Number 7, man, I got Haney. Number 7. Some people are gonna go crazy, but I got Haney.
Tio's right there, James. You don't see Tio right there? You don't see that fat ass face right there? Who'd you say? You said you got Haney in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so put Haney in there. Okay.
That was number 7. Number 8, I got Boots. Number 9, I got Tank.
Okay.
You see how I'm leveling things out? Remember last time I didn't even have Tank in there?
I see what you're doing, my brother. I see.
Number 9.
Hey, don't do it for me though. Don't do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Do it for you. I'm not mad.
I went back and
okay.
I went back and watch his. Like I said, I remember how I told you I compared resumes across Devin Haney.
Yep.
Or the 4 Kings.
Yep.
And I told you Tank is better. I just don't know how much better his opposition has.
I feel you. Yeah, I mean, bro, you're very fair. So I look at you as fair. So.
I got Tank 9 and Taraji 10.
Ooh, so from my list, you took off Oscar Collazo and David Benavidez and you replaced them with Devin Haney and Kenshiro Taraji. I'm not mad at that. Yeah. So our list is, and like I said, I'm not talking about the specific numbers, just the grouping. So it doesn't really matter who you're 6, who's 6, who's 9, it's just a group of people. I'm talking about just the top 10. We can iron them out later. Our difference is Haney and Taraji. I had Benavidez and Collazo. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. I mean, I'm not mad at that. I mean, Devin Haney, I think some people don't feel right about that, but you got to ask, he has no contest. He doesn't have a loss.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
It's not even on his resume. So
it's not even on his resume, right? It's like it didn't exist.
I can't hurt the guy because of it.
Yeah, it's like it didn't.
For them to say oh, well, Ryan dominated him. Well, the guy was some PED.
Exactly. No, that's why I be talking about the fair. That's why I be talking about the fairness right there. So that's why, even if we disagree, I don't ever think you're coming at it from no outrageously biased. I mean, we all have our preferences, so that's natural.
And even going back to resume, I can tell you all right, he beat Loma with the Hall of Famer to some people, not to me. But if we want to play people's vote, then Loma's a Hall of Famer, so he beat a Hall of Famer.
Come on now, undisputed.
And he beat Cambosos. Undisputed, the youngest male undisputed. He beat Cambosos. They call him Cambosos, but when Loma beats him, it's the greatest comeback I've seen in 20 years. Oh, this. So Cambosos definitely puts Loma over the Hall of Fame mark, so I'm just keeping it consistent.
Mm-hmm. Come on now. My bad, y'all. But yeah, exactly. So that loss didn't exist. Whether we like it or not, or whether you like it or not, that loss didn't exist. That's why it's a no contest. So it is what it is. Other than that, he didn't lose. He was undisputed. So I don't have a problem with somebody putting Haney there. And then Kenshiro Taraji, we already spoke on him. He's undisputed. I mean, unified. Excuse me, unified and the Ring Magazine belt. And I think his one loss that he has 1 loss or 2 losses. I think 1 loss. Yeah,
Yabuki just became
exactly
a title holder, so it's not like he lost to a bad guy.
Yep, Masamichi Yabuki. Yep, exactly. And so let me see and make sure too. I believe that he avenged it too, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he has 1 loss to Yabuki. Yeah, and he beat him. Yeah, he beat him in the next fight. Yeah, they had a rematch. So he has 1 loss. That 1 loss he avenged. Yeah, he lost to Masamichi Yabuki, and then they fought again, and he beat him in 3 rounds. So.
That's the fight that I'm waiting to happen, bro. That fight's gonna be fire.
Right. So it's like
Yabuki Taraji.
Hey, a trilogy too. Hey. So it's like, yeah, we may not know him, man. I know he's at 112, but man, we gotta consider him too. Like I say, for me, he's just on the outside looking in. I have Oscar Collazo. Anybody else want to join and pull up and tell me your okay? We got Oster in the building. Okay, let's see what Oster talking about. So we got Oscar's top 10. Got my top 10. What up, Oster? Yo. Oster might not be there right now. But yeah, I think it's easy to critique somebody's top 10, but give me your top 10. James, talking about where's Tio. What's your top 10 looking like, James? Kendrick, what's your top 10 looking like? Boxing Guru. Yeah, for me, if I did have to, like I said, I think you make an argument for Dubois. His run is crazy. I think you make an argument for Bam being number 10, I think, or maybe 9. Make an argument for Junto Nakatani. But like I said, this is a list of how much? 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is 20 people. I think the fact that you're even on here, it's a compliment, you know. So
you can take Janibek out though.
I don't think Janibek. I just did it just because when people say, "Oh, what about unified champions?" You know, Janibek's unified. I was gonna put Sebastian Fedora on there too. I was like, nah, they need opponents. You know what I'm saying? They need opponents.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
And on my list, at least number 11 is Junto Nakatani. Number 12 is Daniel Dynamite Dubois.
Okay. And I'm mad at that. Not mad at that. 11 is Junto. 10 is
once Ryosuke Nishida beats Junto.
Stop it. Come on, man.
You know it's coming, bro.
Stop it.
Just
stop it, bro.
Sit back and watch.
Stop it, man. He said, forget the Ryan loss. Haiti got to come off the simple fact he wasn't number 1 in the division. That doesn't make sense. You don't have to be number 1 in the division to be on the pound for pound list, do you?
He was undisputed.
Yeah, and yeah, what should be? Yeah,
Bam is number 1. Bam ain't number 1.
Yeah, man. Right. I mean, we think he's number 1, but I mean, he has 2 other undefeated champions. In fact, I think he should be behind Puma because Puma gave up a belt, but Puma would have been unified. And then Junto, as much as I like Junto, you know, he has 3 other champions in his division. And why would he be number 1? He just moved up to 140. He just moved up to 140 before the Ryan fight, right? When he fought Regis, right? Am I tripping? It was Regis and Ryan, right?
All right, give us your list then.
Yeah, Guru, give us your list, bro, because I don't think Devin Haney should be removed. He went in and he dominated Regis, and I think you could have made an argument that he was number 1 at 140. I'm not saying he was or he wasn't, but you got 2 guys from 140 because at that point it would have been between him and Teofimo, right? For number 1 at 140. I'm sure a lot of people had Devin above Tio. I'm sure a lot of people had Tio above Devin as well, but I don't think it was like any clear cut number 1 before the Ryan situation, right? I mean, tell me if I'm tripping or not. I don't think I'm tripping. And it's like Tank. I mean, Shakur, right? You might have Tank number 1, but that means Shakur can't be on the list because he's not number 1. So some divisions are just deeper than others. It's like Beterbiev and Bivol. Beterbiev and Bivol, they're both at 175. Somebody's number 2. That means that he can't. One of them can't be on here because they're not number 1. So some divisions are just deeper than others. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I can't say that because
140 is definitely one of them.
Yeah, 140 is definitely deep.
175.
Not 175 deep. It's heavy. 118. Yeah, 118. 154 for sure.
And heavyweights, just because the fact that they can't move, they can't go out. They have to stay there.
Yeah. But yeah, Guru, tell me your list, bro. I'm interested to see your list, bro. Like I said, I like to talk about these things, man. I definitely think Boots for me, he cracks it. Yeah, man. I got Boots. I don't remember. Like I said, I don't have a number. Okay, you know what? Let's do my list. If I was to do a number, add specificity to a number, I would keep it like this: Usyk 1, Bud 2, Inoue 3, Canelo 4, Bivol 5. I would put Tank 6, Beterbiev 7. I'd put 8. I would probably put who would I put 8? I might put Benavidez. I don't know. I got Oscar Collazo. 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, I got 8 Boots, 9 Collazo, 10 Benavidez. That's my top 10 right there. Junto just on the outside, Dubois just on the outside, Bam, Devin Haney, Kenshiro just on the outside, Jai, Shakur, Zerto on the outside, and Tio and Janibek way on the outside. They in another parking lot. He said Usyk 1, Inoue 2, Crawford 3, 4 Canelo, 5 Bivol, 6 Beterbiev, 7 Bam, 8 Benavidez, 9 Nakatani, 10 Tank, Haney. Hey, I'm not mad at that. That's a pretty good list, James. So let's see, James. So James said Usyk 1, Inoue 2, Crawford 3, 4 Canelo, 5 Bivol, 6 Beterbiev, 7 Bam. Ooh, I don't like that one, but okay. 7 Bam. It's not a bad list though. 8 Benavidez, okay. 9 Nakatani. I don't know. And then 10 is Tank. Okay. I'm not mad at it. Yeah, I'm not mad at Tank.
Like, all them guys got arguments.
Yeah, they all got arguments. That's a fact. Yeah, I'm not mad at that list. I'm not mad at that list. Not mad at that list. I just feel like Collazo, Boots, and Kenshiro are kind of, and Haney are a little bit overlooked. But, you know, I didn't have Haney on mine either. So, Haney was lineal too. Talk to him, Kendrick. No heavyweights on my list. They disqualified. 1, but, okay, here go Kendrick's. 1, but, 2. So, you don't even put, yeah, okay, yeah, you wildin'. yeah, you wildin'. It's just, you lucky you remember. That's crazy, Kendrick. The man was cruiserweight and went to heavyweight. Even if you take out heavyweight, the man came from cruiserweight, bro. But, okay, it's your list. Let me shut up. Okay, so we got Kendrick says, Inoue number 1 because no heavyweights. Sorry. Bud number 1. Inoue number 2. 3 is Bivol. 4 is who? Cinnamon. 5 is who? Beterbiev. 6 is Haney. I'm not mad at that. 7 is Nakatani. Not mad at that. My boy Big Junto. He gonna get there, but he's just not on there for me. 8 is Tank. 9 is Benavidez. Not mad at that. 10 is Boots. Hey, that's a good list. I mean, well, no, I gotta take that back. It's not a good list because you got Usyk out. But taking out Usyk according to your stipulation, I like this list. This is a good list. This is a damn good list. I ain't gonna lie. Outside of the Usyk part.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You wilding with that one, but that's good. Boots gets knocked off. If that's the case, okay. And he said if we put an Usyk in there, Boots gets knocked off. That's still a good list. So no, I think that's a fire list. That's a fire list, Ken. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, it's your list. Oster, you in the Discord, bro? You type it in the chat. You been in the Discord? Unless your joke's just not working.
I can't even hear because I was doing something else.
Oh, okay. My God, you can hear me now, or?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, bet. What's your list looking like, bro?
Oh, I'm just listening to you. I just listen to you.
Okay.
My list is funny though. Let somebody else go because I'm finishing it up right now.
Okay. Now do your thing. Don't forget to smack that like button, man. This is Kendrick's list. I think this list is great. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, just remember he's not taking out Usyk as disrespect. He just doesn't put heavyweights in there, and a lot of people don't. So I'm not mad. So I think this is a great list, actually.
No. Cruiserweight.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Cruiserweight. I gotta, you know. But other than that, it's a great list. Boots, yeah. Undisputed. Unified. Ring Magazine. Benavidez just got elevated light heavyweight. Tank is champion. A lot of people consider him the best. Junto. I'm surprised he didn't have Shakur on here.
Yeah, fact.
Devin Haney, know what he comes with. So Junto Nakatani, you know.
You know what? There's a bunch of, I don't know how I think the Ring Magazine is gonna do like a power ranking rather than the pound for pound, or at least that's what it's been looking. But because there's a lot of people even on your list, right now what you have on the screen is there's a bunch of guys knocking on the door, and you can't be mad if they put them in.
Yep.
Except Bam though. Bam number 2 is crazy.
Yeah,
Best fighter in the world.
Yeah, that's wild.
Man, he over here eating tapioca eating. Oh man.
You feel me? He said, Shakur not power for power. Yeah, he's right there on 11 though. He would have been 10 but Boots just unified. Grant, you put the link in. Man, you just gotta join Discord. There ain't no link. Just join the Discord and I'll pull you up. This ain't StreamYard. If you have Discord on your phone, just join the Discord. Ain't no link. So yeah, hey, that's not a bad list, Kendrick. That's not a bad list.
Who else do you aside from the people that are there? If you can make 11 to 20, or 11 to how many people you got?
Yeah, I got 20. No, I got 20. You're right. I got 20.
All right. How would it look like?
Okay, bet. Okay, now this is gonna be tough. All right, so my list for 11 through 20. Okay, bet. So my list would be, I'm gonna try my best to put them in order. So I got Usyk 1, Bud 2, Inoue 3, Cinnamon 4, Beterbiev 5, 6 I have Tank, 7 I have Beterbiev. Where's Beterbiev? Okay. 6 Tank, 7 Baturbia, 8 Boots, 9 Oscar Collazo, 10 Benavidez, 11
Now, from the people that you have on the screen.
That's tough, bro.
Help them, Pat. Help them, Pat.
Yeah, this is tough. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so 11, I'm going Kenshiro Taraji. 12, I might be a little biased here. I'm kind of leaning towards Junto, man. Yeah, I kind of lean towards Junto. No, I'm tripping. 11 Kenshiro, 12 Devin, 13 Junto, 14 Dubois, 15 Bam. Oh shoot, Shakur. Shoot, I forgot about Shakur. Okay, I'll put it Shakur above Junto for me. Okay, so I gotta do it again. Okay, so 11 Kenshiro, 12 Devin, 13 Shakur, 14 Junto, 15 Dubois, 16 Bam. Oh shit, Zerto. Okay, 16 Zerto. Bam 17, Jabataya 18, and Teofimo 19, and Jenebek 20 for me.
And Jenebek 25.
I'm telling you, yeah, Jenebek need to be moved off of there. This man said, "Where's Fulton?" Why would Fulton be on here? Supporter, go to sleep. No disrespect to Steve Fulton, but we know he's a great boxer. He's a champion, but we're not. This is not a champion list. It's pound for pound, bro. Like, what are we talking about?
Hey, he did dismantle Figueroa.
Yeah, that was a good win. Now, yeah, that was a good win. Don't get me wrong, that was a good win. But okay, if I put Fulton on here, then I got to put Oshiki Foster on here. Then I got to put. You feel me? Then I got to put Ryosuke Nishida on here. Yeah. I got to put Sebastian Fedora. Yeah, what are you talking about, bro? It's not a Bakram Murtazalia. This is not just a champion list. This is a pound for pound list, bro. Stephen Fulton is one of 4 champions at 126, and he just became the champion. You know what I'm saying? Just became one of the 4 champions. If that's the case, I got to put Espinosa on here, and Nick Ball on here. What are we talking about? He said, if you don't say Haney 11, you a hater and a Garcia fan. It's crazy. Bro, Kenshiro Taraji is unified and undisputed. I mean, not undisputed. Unified in the ring. I kind of want to put him in top 10, beyond. I feel disrespectful. But I just, at the same time, 112 is what it is. I know you can argue Oscar Collazo's 105 minimum weight, but I just feel like he's been more dominant, and he's undefeated. Shout out to Kenshiro Taraji. He did, like me and myself and Oscar just discussed, he avenged his loss to Mitsubishi Ibuki, which doesn't look bad. It actually looks good because Mitsubishi Ibuki just moved up and became another champion in another division, That's good. But at the same time, Oscar Collazo did the same thing and maintained undefeated. Same with Jaron Boots Ennis. They were both unified. These 3 guys are a lot of Boots, Oscar Collazo, Kenshiro Taraji. Let me make sure I'm not tripping. Because I think you said I'm correct, right? About Kenshiro Taraji being the Ring Magazine champ? I think he is, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think he won it.
Yeah, I think so too. Oh no, it's vacant, so he's not. Okay, well okay, so I don't feel bad then. So that's why he's behind. Yeah, it's vacant. So Boots and Oscar Collazo. Oscar Collazo's unified, and he's a Ring Magazine belt holder, right? So he has a WBO and a WBA, and he's a Ring Magazine. Oscar Collazo.
But he was the Ring Magazine when on his first unified.
Kenshiro was.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was it before. Okay. And then Boots is, where's welterweight at? And they probably didn't update it yet, but Boots is obviously IBF, WBA, and he's Ring. So okay, so I don't feel bad then for putting Kenshiro outside. That's cool. So I could argue Devin Haney over Kenshiro, but I'm still keeping it how it is. But you're right though, Kenshiro. I could definitely argue Devin Haney over. I could really argue Devin Haney in, like I said, top 10. Just for me, I just like this list. Y'all really think 175 got 3 of the top 10 fighters? 3? I have 3. Oh, Benavidez.
Yeah, but Benavidez. I think Bivol and Beterbiev, there's no argument. I think they have to be there. But
my bad, y'all.
But I don't have Benavidez.
Yeah. Oscar doesn't have Benavidez. This is my list. Oscar doesn't. I do. I think that they have 3. Yeah, I think Benavidez. Yeah, I remember too. Boxer Guru. This is my opinion now. That's first and foremost. But also, Benavidez just got to 175, so it's not like he was he's been at 175 for the longest. He just got there. So, I think that once he starts getting opportunities, things are going to get a little more obvious how they play out. So things are going to get a little bit more organized, right? Because either he's going to beat Bivol and Beterbiev, or he's going to lose to Bivol and Beterbiev. And if he beats him, somebody getting knocked out the top 10. And if he loses, he's getting knocked out the top 10. You see what I'm saying? But right now, as it sits, he is a champion. Yeah, if he loses to Bivol or Beterbiev, he's out of there for me. But if he beats Bivol or Beterbiev, especially if he fights the loser of the trilogy, let's say Beterbiev loses, and somehow Beterbiev and Benavidez fight, and Benavidez beat Beterbiev is out of the top 10. For sure. So right now, though, as it sits, I mean, Benavidez has just got there. He has 2 fights at 175, and he looked good for me. He beat a former champion, Alexander Vazdik, which I don't think is an easy feat. And then he beat David Morrell, which I also don't think is an easy feat. And that's, of course, this is what I think. This is why I think Oscar has such a strong point. It's like David Morrell, he doesn't have that many fights at all, much less any notable wins. He doesn't have any real notable wins. But he was ranked. He was an interim champion, right? Or regular champion, whatever it was. So David Morrell, how many people do we think beat David Morrell? I think it's only these 3 guys. I think Dave Morrell might be the favorite against everybody else at light heavyweight. So I think
actually in a rematch, I got Morrell beating Benavidez, but they don't get a rematch. So.
Yeah, and even in a rematch, you heard what Oscar just said. So I think Dave Morrell has a good chance. I don't know who I'm taking in that rematch, but I definitely think he has a good chance. I think that fight was closer than what people said. But if you told me Dave Morrell's fighting Callum Smith, I got Dave Morrell. If you tell me he's fighting Boatsy, I got Dave Morrell. If you tell me he's fighting who else at 175? That's pretty strong. Vazdik, I got Dave Morrell. So, but go ahead. What you saying?
No, that's it. It's like Morrell and Benavidez rematch. I can see Morrell beating Benavidez. I can see that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Stanionis and Boots rematch.
Yeah, I can see that too.
A better version of Stanionis, that lasts longer.
Mm-hmm.
But Stanionis a killer, dude.
Yeah, man. I like Stanionis.
Morrell's good though, but and I think he beat. To me, he beat Benavidez. Honestly.
Who?
You know me, like I thought Morrell won the fight.
Oh, Morrell. Okay, you say you think Morrell beats Benavidez? My fault. I didn't hear what you said. Okay, you think Morrell beats Benavidez? Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Bro. I think that fight was way closer to what people said, man. I think people sometimes people want to see something, man. And no disrespect to Benavidez, I'm definitely not advocating that he lost, but I thought that fight was way closer than what people act. No, I think that fight was way closer to what people say.
I think Benavidez is good, just not great, but I think he's good though.
You said you don't think he's great. I'm not mad at that. I mean, like Oscar said, I think
he's good.
Yeah, I don't think he's really he hasn't had the, like for me, y'all know this though. I think Caleb Plant is slept on. That's one of my favorite fighters. So him beating Caleb Plant to me, that's a big win. But is that really like a career defining win? Probably not, But for me, I give him a lot of credit for that. I give him a lot of credit for David Morrell.
Caleb Plant can fight.
And Alexander Vazdik as well. So yeah, but you're right. I mean, it's not like he doesn't have a Hall of Famer on his list. He doesn't have a legend on his list. So yeah, no, a lot of what we think with Dave Benavidez is a lot of what we think he'll do. Let's be honest. It's a lot of his fame is what we think he'll do to Canelo. Which, well, when I say we, not me, because I think Canelo beats him, but the majority of people think that. I ain't gonna say the majority. A lot of people think that he'll beat Canelo. So that's where a lot of his intrigue and fandom comes from. But I mean, yeah, because you could say he's kind of unproven as far as like the highest level. I don't think he's unproven as far as being good, but as far as being great, I could see somebody not calling him great.
I think he's the best out of the contenders in both divisions, 168 and 135. I think he was the best, and he is the best out of the contenders.
I agree. Yep.
But championship, that's a big step up because them guys, both Canelo, Bivol, those are all killers.
Right. Kendrick said, I think it was a good fight, but Benavidez won. I'm not mad at that. So I think Burrell Benavidez is close to what people say too. I agree, Boxing Guru. Supporter says Fulton was a unified champ. Okay. I don't know. Sebastian Fedora is a unified champ. Not was. He is. So he should be at the top 10. What are we doing, man?
Yo, not for nothing. You know what's a good fight? You know what's a good fight yesterday?
What's that?
Who was that? Cortez and who he fought?
Man. It was on the prelims.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
That was a good fight though.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Buddy was in red shorts, and then the other one was in blue shorts.
Yeah, with the red shorts and the blue shorts.
Yeah, I know you're talking about, bro. Cardenas. He was Robert Garcia.
Yeah,
Robert Garcia's fighter. Yeah. That was a good fight. Yeah. But I think Cardenas was looking a little shaky, man. Cardenas, he got to to me, Cardenas was going through until he stopped him, right? He was kind of looking like what I say Ray Ford is. Like he seems like he's levels above for some reason he just can't close the show. But he ended up closing it anyway. But you know, he just gotta I would say you gotta make sure that he polishes up a little bit. He said me and Willie in the back. Okay, bet. Yeah, that was a good fight. I thought yesterday's card was good, man.
Bro, Matisse, bro, 24 punches landed. What?
In the entire fight?
Yes, bro. That's what I was saying. Like,
no,
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, how are those rounds not 10-8?
You know, when you said that, I thought you were talking about Boots and Stanionis. Thomas Matisse landed 24 punches the whole fight. Yeah, Thomas Matisse. That's crazy. The first thing the man says is Matisse is doo-doo. That's crazy. I mean, I can't defend it, you know. I can't really rebuttal, you know. Not in his favor. I mean, 24 punches landed is crazy.
In 10 rounds? Like, that's what, 2.5 punches a round? The hell?
So what that mean? That mean you garbage or the dude is good?
I gotta say garbage. No, I don't think it's a little bit of both. I'm with you on that. Nah, hell no, bro. Okay, no, I think Ray Ford is good, but did it feel like Ray Ford was stopping him from doing anything, or he just didn't do anything?
Yes.
Like, nah, hell no.
I think Ray Ford was stopping him from doing anything.
Hell no.
From the first round.
Hell no.
He saw it. He was snapping his head back, and he at that point I think he checked out. And he was like, "I'm surviving. I'm not getting knocked out." And that was that.
I don't think he survived. Yeah, I think he won. I think he was trying to make it ugly. He was just unsuccessful. Yeah. I don't think he was trying to survive.
That's what Stanionis said.
Yeah.
But also, like, Matisse, like, I don't know, like, Ray Ford will, like, start going forward a little bit, but then Matisse will land one jab, and he'll go back to his back foot. Like I said, it could have been a tactic because Matisse can't crack. But
yeah, he could crack, yeah.
But you could definitely tell that Ray Ford could have done more.
That's
he
how I
had
feel.
space, and he definitely had timing if he only landed 24 punches.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't like that take.
I love that take.
I don't like that take because I feel like we putting too much on Ray Ford. No one, we forgetting that this is his second fight in this division, number one, right? So the guys are definitely bigger than him, generally speaking. And on top of that, he's throwing. It's not like he's not throwing. I can understand if he was sitting there, it was like a Shakur kind of like laid back, kind of. He's just dodging and not throwing back. He was actually dodging and throwing back. He's not throwing 6, 7, 8, 9 punches, but that's not his style.
Dodging what, though?
So
the man threw 24 punches.
No, he didn't throw. He landed 24.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. He landed. You're right. That's true. That's true.
So he's dodging the punches, and he was piecing them. It's not
like
he was jumping forward. He wasn't. It's not like he was lackadaisical at all in that fight. He just wasn't a fucking pit bull where he's just throwing the throw. He's not that type of fighter.
Right. Now, okay, so that part I agree. The other parts I disagree, but I agree with that last part you said. He's not that type of fighter. And I don't know if you were here earlier when I showed that interview by Ray Ford. Were you here? You might not have been here yet. Okay, well, Ray Ford, and that's why I was like, man, I got to respect Ray Ford because he says in the interview, he's like, man, he said, I got to stop going 10 rounds. He said, man, I feel like I could have did more, but he said that I'm not that type of fighter. And that's one thing I will say in his defense where I agree with you. He's like, you know, the fact that he was like, man, you know, my last fight, I didn't cut off the ring. He said, I got to work on cutting off the ring better. And I can't get mad at somebody like that. I think you could say what I'm saying and what Oscar's saying, but not say it like, oh, Ray Ford is trash. I'm not saying he's trash. He definitely did what you're supposed to do. But when you're that dominant, I feel like he could have got him out of there, and he could have made a bigger statement than what he did. Of course, but the fact that he's not that type of fighter, which is true, you know, he's not a guy that he said himself, he said, I'm not used to being the aggressor. I'm not used to cutting off the ring and stuff like that. He said, I got to work on those things. But he was like, yeah, he said, I'm tired of going the full 10 rounds. So it's like, and the fact that he acknowledged it, I'm like, bet, you know, I can't really, I don't know. To me, he gained a lot of respect for me from just acknowledging that. And I think that lets me give him even more grace, because it's like, okay, bet, you know, acknowledgement is everything, you know, and awareness is everything. So now he's like, hey man, I got to work on that in the gym. And even though that's not him, he's uncomfortable and he still did that to him. It's like, bro, that's even more of a testament to how good he is. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to say. It's like that Cardenas guy, you know, that Cardenas guy I think Oster just brought up. I don't think that it's wrong to say that, hey man, he was clearly the more talented guy. He probably should have got him out of there a little earlier. But I do think it's wrong to say, oh well, you know what I'm saying, he's not he's bad or something like that, or like it's not boxing. So I get where you're coming from too, because then it seems like it's not boxing if you're saying like, oh, like he's just supposed to go in there and just knock everybody out. Like,
have one style,
yeah. I get what you're saying.
That's my struggle.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And if we're gonna do that to him, we gotta keep that same energy for Oshiki.
Right.
Oshiki got the same type of style where he's laid back and he's surgical with his punches. He doesn't throw a lot, but he throws them accurately.
But oh my bad. Go ahead.
So like when we was hyped up talking about, oh, he got robbed, but
yes.
He wasn't active.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
We gotta have that same energy.
I agree. But see, and then maybe this is my fault too. Maybe I perceive Ray Savage Ford as being more offensive than he really is. Like, see me, I see Oshiki Foster as a defensive counter-puncher fighter. I don't see Ray Ford like that. And that could be me. Maybe I need to watch Ray Ford more. You know what I'm saying? So that could be it too. So that's why I took a lot of out of that interview that I watched today, and he was talking about his fight. But he was out there looking like a drag queen on the gosh.
Oh my God.
Bro, you see this outfit?
I don't know what it is. It's something about that camp, bro. It's something about that camp. Boost looked like he ate a bunch of pigeons.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Man, like a human highlighter, bro. What you got on, bro? Bright ass pink and yellow, bro. What you doing, man? But it was only like a minute and a half interview too, and I thought it was very dope, man. You know, so I do agree with you though. I like it because it seems like we penalize them for boxing. You know, it is boxing.
Yeah, it's a good performance. It was a great performance.
Yeah. I'm not saying it was great. That's the thing. I'm not saying it's not a great performance, but I do think that he could have stopped him. He could have been the first to stop him. And I think that there was spots where he just did it. You know, because it just seems it's not like to me. Okay, so this is why I'm saying I'm coming from like it's not that he didn't stop him. It's not that because you're better than somebody you have to stop him. It's not like Floyd will dominate you and not stop you. You don't have to stop you. But Ray Savage, it felt like he could have stopped him. That's the thing, you know. So Floyd is just, you know, and not just Floyd, but some other fighters, they don't seem. And like I said, it could be my perceptions. Like with Shakur. Shakur doesn't stop anybody. I'm not mad because that's not his style, you know. I don't really see him as somebody that, even if he is whooping on you, he can. If the referee doesn't stop it, I don't see him putting you on your back and nothing like that, or like the corner and throwing the towel. But with Ray Savage, I don't see him as that. I see him as like a balanced fighter that can stop you. So, and to me, it seemed like there was opportunities where he could have stopped him a couple of times where he had, what's his name? Thomas Matisse. Like, I ain't gonna say woozy, but he had him like a little shaky a little bit. And he just was cool with just throwing 1-2, and then he just chilled. But that's because he said he's not used to being the aggressor. So when he said that, I was like, okay, bet. Opened up my eyes a lot.
That could have ended up like Haney.
That's true too. I mean, and what's the name does have pop? Yeah. Thomas Matisse does have pop, and he said that, and that's what he said in the interview too. He said, you know, he feels like Thomas Matisse was looking for one shot, just trying to catch him slipping. So yeah, that could be it too. Matisse never been stopped before though. Yeah, I said that. He said, I don't know if it was 1-2 or 2-1 before hit him with the same combos all night. Yeah, it was just like that, and that jumping in one. And like I said, I don't think anything was wrong. I just felt like he could have did more. But what you were saying, Kendrick? I don't know if you was about to say something.
No, I just felt like the criticism was unfair. I didn't really agree with that kind of criticism.
I dig that.
Yeah, it's like saying, "Oh, Boots gets hit." But
okay, now that's great. To me, okay, I showed that interview too with Bozy, and shout out to Bozy. I don't like when people say he got hit too much, but it depends on how you say it. Like, I do feel like he got hit too much, but I don't say that because he was in danger or he can't avoid. I'm saying that because I feel like he got hit while his hands were down, while he was being a little comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I watched the interview last night when Bozy said it too. He said Bozy was like, I don't mind him keeping his hands down and getting comfortable, but he said when he does that slow-mo stuff, he said keep your hands up, and that's all I'm saying. You know, I feel like a lot of those punches that he got hit with were avoidable. You see, like he didn't have to get hit with it, but because he was showboating, it's not like he gets hit too much, like he shouldn't get hit. If you're gonna fight the guy that's ranked number 2, then I think you're gonna get hit. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with getting hit. He wasn't hurt, or nothing like that. So I mean, but it just makes you wonder stuff.
Go, my fault.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead, bro. No, go ahead, Willie.
I think it was the type of punches and the type of shots he was taking. Now, if it was somebody else who had more power, he couldn't take some of those roundhouse punches that Stanionis was hitting him with. He got hit with some nice, solid hooks.
He did.
That's true.
But
so I mean, if it was somebody who had more power, he could not get hit with those and just keep going forward or keep doing what he was doing.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that. Well, you think Ortiz can take punches like that from Ortiz?
I was gonna say that. Like, I think in his weight division, he has the freedom to do that at this point. I think if he moves up to 154, he's gonna have to be a little bit more careful for sure.
Right, but again, it's like he was getting hit when he was doing the
even before that. Even before that. He was getting cracked early.
Stanionis
getting caught.
Right, he was getting caught, but yeah, I mean, I don't see the problem.
I'm not saying Stanionis was not a good fighter, but it was the type of punches. It wasn't just a jab. It was hooks. It was solid hooks coming from deep.
Yeah,
and I think I think you can't get hit from hooks coming from deep. And I think that's
a good point. Yeah.
No, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So I think his defense needs to shore up. I think if he's going to fight the style he needs to do, his defense needs to shore up. Because he's very athletic, but he's not Roy Jones athletic.
No,
so,
I agree with that.
So he does need to shore up on his defense.
I don't, bro. I have not looked at the CompuBox statistics, so maybe y'all have. I don't know how much he got hit, but like, I mean, I never felt like he was in trouble. And what you said too at 154, I think that's important too. What if he knows he can't get hurt? Like,
that's what I think is the
it's like I don't know, man. I think sometimes fighters get hit. Like even you said Virgil Ortiz, right? Yeah, if Virgil Ortiz hits him like that, he might be in trouble. But we saw how Serhiy Boachuk hit gosh dang Virgil Ortiz. So if Boots hit Virgil Ortiz like that, then he might be in trouble too. And it might be who gets in trouble first. You know what I'm saying?
Ways.
So
it goes both ways.
Right. So
I'm not saying it doesn't go both ways. I'm just saying that if he fights with somebody with more power, in which there's other people that have
like
more
Brian
power
Norman, I would say probably. That's probably the only one. That's probably the only one I can think of that might have more power.
No, hold on.
Who else?
Shakram, it got some pop.
Nah, hell no. You think he's stronger than Stanionis? I don't think so.
Yeah, hell yeah. I think so. I think Jaron would have beat Stanionis the same way Boots beat him the body.
I got Stanionis.
To the body.
I got Stanionis. I got Stanionis against
Jaron. To the body. Because the thing with Shakram, Shakram is No, he's not as skilled as Boots. He probably wouldn't have stopped him in the 6th round, but he would have. Shakram goes to the body more. That's his thing, right? He's the type to break you down. And from what I've seen with him, I think Stanionis is soft to the body. So when Boots started hitting him to the body, I was like, oh yeah, it's over. Seeing how he was moving, I was like, oh yeah, it's over. He's about to go down. And I think Shakram would have found that earlier. The thing with Shakram that kills me is that he actually goes off the break. He takes his time. So he doesn't really go full on like how Boots saw blood and he just went shark mode. Right. I don't think Shakram has that. But I think he has the ability if he mentally tapped into that.
I disagree.
Yeah,
I disagree. Weston has way superior hand speed. I mean, he has Boots got superior hand speed. I think that will fuck with Stanionis the most. So I mean, his hand speed is faster than what's his name. So I can't.
Shakram Gishov.
But I'm talking about the power.
Well, I'm talking about, but I'm just saying that overall, like Stanionis, his hand speed you had to see was killing Stanionis. Was killing him. And I don't think Shakram, like Stanionis is a good defensive fighter. He's not bad. So, I mean, it just Boots is that much better than everybody in that division.
Yeah, I personally don't think Shakram. I said it before though. I don't think Shakram beats any of the champions. So maybe they'll fight. You know, it ain't over. Hopefully they fight. We'll see. Because
It sounds like they're gonna fight. According
Yeah,
the way Eddie was talking,
yeah, I hope
it sounds
so.
like they're gonna have a Boots get money fight so that he could get his money up and then move forward with another champion after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chakram is I do agree with you that Chakram definitely he has talent though. I mean I've seen him about 4 or 5 times, so he just seems like another guy. Like he seems like he can get you out of there. Same thing I'd be saying about Ray
No, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with
it
that.
seems like he can get you out of there and he doesn't. You know, it's just like, you know, so yeah, I don't know. I don't we'll see though, man. Hopefully we get to see it. 147 is not dead yet, y'all. It's not dead. It's turning up a little bit, so that's good.
Yeah, I think Norman has the best chance. I think Chakram has a puncher's chance as far as I've never seen Boots get hit to the body. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think so. I don't know how he would react to a fighter like Chakram, just who's a body hunter. You feel me?
Yep.
So I don't know how that would, because Boots is good with the head movement, but that's a different type of defense.
Oh, I'll say Chakram and Stanionis. Oh, I think Boots smokes Chakram. My fault.
Oh no, I'm saying he has a puncher's chance against Boots.
Oh, puncher. Okay, I got you. Okay. Yeah, he has a puncher. I agree. Yeah, I think he has a. Yeah, I definitely don't think. I think he has a chance. Yeah, but I think Boots. I think Boots smokes. Yeah, I'm with you. I puncher's chance. Yeah, I agree. I think Boots and Barrios is the best one. I mean, Boots and Norman is the best one. But how I would like to see it, ideally, I would like to see Barrios and Norman go, and then the winner of that get Boots and get an undisputed fight. That's what I would like to see. But Barrios talking about this gosh dang Pacquiao fight. Yeah.
Barrios don't want no smoke.
Yeah, I don't think
Barrios
so.
talking about Pacquiao again?
Yeah, they talking about Pacquiao again, man. I ain't gonna say he ducking because I think Barrios is a soldier, man. But I think at this point, man, if you're really trying to pursue Pacquiao, man, go and give that belt. But maybe the fact that he has the belt is how he's getting Pacquiao. You know, that might be what Pacquiao wants, right? Come back and be, well, how is he at 47? I don't know. Yeah,
46 years old, man.
Yeah.
Come on, Pacquiao. We don't need this, man.
Yeah, I agree.
You're a legend in your country.
Right.
Man, you're an all-time great. Just let it go, man.
Right. Right.
Got beat the shit up by a kickboxer, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about Pacquiao.
I'm saying, bro. Shout out to Pacquiao, but not like this, man. Not like this, Pac. Not like this, man.
No.
But yeah,
do some exhibition fights. Don't be, do some extra like Floyd. Do some exhibition fights, but don't try to get back into top competition.
That's what Kendrick was telling you. He did an exhibition. He lost.
And he got his ass beat. He's cooked.
Okay.
Oh man.
That's what I'm saying. Keep doing this.
Yeah, I agree.
But don't get in there with a top fight. It's not like, don't get in with. He's gonna get knocked. Mario Barr's gonna knock his ass out. It's not gonna be funny either. So it's gonna look sad.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. At this point, it wouldn't be funny 'cause I like Pacquiao so much, man. One of my favorite fighters ever. But at this point, man, sometimes you gotta learn, man. That's what he wants to do, man. Hey, let Barrios do what he gotta do, bro. Make him learn. And sometimes you gotta learn, man. That's what you want. It's like Wilder. You know, I don't want to see Wilder go back in the ring, but hey, whatever happens, bro. Sometimes you gotta learn.
Whatever. Who's he fighting? Who's he fighting next? Wilder?
I can't remember his name.
Some food. Hopefully.
Yeah, Tyrone Hubbard or something. I can't remember his name. I'm gonna tell you right now. Yo, what's good? What's good, B-Dog? What's his name, bro? Tyrell Herndon. I said Hubbard. Tyrell Herndon. Excuse me.
Okay. If he doesn't knock him out in the first 3 rounds, then he needs to retire.
I agree.
Facts.
I agree. He said, I'm back. I traveled to 20. I agree, bro. I mean, I think he should retire already, man. I think Wilder, Pacquiao, who else? Jose Pedraza, like who else?
Yeah, Pedraza is
just need to retire.
Pedraza is cooked. Yeah,
just retire, man. Just retire, bro. It's not looking good, man. Like, just resume builders, bro. These guys are great fighters, in my opinion, or at least good. You know.
Yeah, they don't need to do it no more. I mean, unless they're broke, you know. But you still, there's other ways you can do it without trying to, you know.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe try to get a fight with Jake Paul or something like that. I mean, that's a possibility to make some money, you know.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Who Wilder with Jake Paul? I'd be scared.
Wilder with Jake Paul, yeah. I mean, that'd be a decent fight.
Yeah, I'd be scared from him.
Not decent, but
if he beat Wilder, oh man,
entertaining.
Yeah, but if Jake Paul mess around and beats Wilder, bro, I'd probably cry. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm gonna have to pull up with the strap if he beat Wilder.
I'm telling you, bro. I'll probably cry, bro. At least Mike was 60, bro. Hey, this man walk. Come on, man. Come on, man.
You know what? It's the sad part about it is has Wilder's. I don't want to talk about him. This is my last time I want to say it. But has his skill diminished that much, or his athletic ability?
It's his mental.
That much?
I think it's I think it's mental, man. I think it's.
He did the ayahuasca, bro. Ever since he did the ayahuasca, he's been cooked.
Man.
His trainer's garbage. His trainer's garbage.
Malik Scott, yes. Get rid of him, man. Throw him in the trash.
Knocked out his own trainer.
Facts. Early, too.
Know your fucking place.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't understand that training. That whole, he got, at first I was kind of believing with the whole metal in the gloves or whatever he said. The gloves were messed up or whatever. But then I was like, come on, man. You firing the dude that got him where he was, his first trainer that was just the downfall right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
But anyway,
Nuke one says Boots did his thing. There are a few things I don't like about the things of him and his pop say though that don't make sense. I don't know. What's that? Yeah, I think they're doing their thing, man. I like Bozy. So one, they all wanted all the belts at 147 since they didn't go up to 154. They got 2 straps now. Yep. Brian Norman versus Boots needs to be made. Boots' dad says Norman making a name of saying Boots' name. That's true. Yeah. I think Brian Norman needs to. If he's gonna talk like how he's talking, they should fight. Yeah, but I don't know. Wait, Wilder been licking frogs between training camp.
Yes, smoking them too. Yep.
Wait, what?
After he fought Hellenius, that's what ayahuasca comes from. Is the toad.
Oh really?
It's like poison. It's poison off the back of a specific toad that grows in Central and South America. But
okay, yeah, I didn't know. I knew it was like some type of inner piece it's supposed to bring, but I didn't know like the procedure.
Yeah, that's what they get it from. They scrape off the poison off the back of a toad.
Oh yeah, he definitely cooked. Oh yeah. Now, go ahead. Facts. Yeah, okay, I know all that. Yeah, go ahead. Whoop his ass.
It's supposed to be helping you with trauma and stuff like that. A lot of people use it to get over addictions and things along those lines.
Okay.
Or to cope with extremely traumatic events. But it changes you. You become more at peace. You become more released. That's what they say they feel.
Yeah.
So we don't need that for a boxer. I need him to be on this to this day.
Facts. To this day. Facts. I don't know what I was thinking for a second. It's like he turned his back and said, but yeah, I don't know what he was doing, man. That joke was crazy. But then Boots just said,
like, hey, why you punch me like that? He's
I'm telling you.
Like looking for the referee.
I'm telling you, bro. Oh boy, Kendrick said, they jumping me. Or he said he turned to the ref and said, why you hit me? Bro, that joke was too funny, bro. That live was crazy. He said, Duke West says, nah, it comes from, he said, ayahuasca comes from a vine. Oh, yeah, I don't know nothing about it. I just know what it's supposed to do with the piece. So that's what Kendrick said it come from a frog. Duke One said it come from a vine. I don't know. Ain't no business of mine. I don't know. That sounds crazy either way.
Well, something ain't working for Wilder, so.
Facts.
So,
right.
Yeah, he needs to retire. Especially if dabbling and stuff that he didn't do before. Like,
no, what you talking about? Yeah, you're right.
You said he's right.
I'm thinking of the toad. The toad you get is another way of getting DMT from the toad.
Oh, okay. So he's right.
DMT is essentially the chemical that they're trying to get.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'll take y'all word for it. I don't know nothing about it. He said, but didn't Boots do the same thing by saying Bud's name? Well, Bud that was different because Bud is not in his division right now. Bud was wondering if he was gonna leave. Obviously he did leave. Brian Norman staying at 147, and so was Boots, so I don't mind him saying it. I think that, like I said, I was one that was on Norman's side in regards to not necessarily taking the fight at that moment for your first defense being a unification against Boots. But I will say, if I'm Boots though and Bozy, it does get annoying because obviously they want to make the fight, and Brian Norman, if you're not ready to make the fight, then I agree with Bozy. Then, like, why you keep mentioning the fight? You know what I'm saying? Especially, particularly Brian Norman Sr. And then you're gonna say stuff like, I watched the interview where he was like, "Oh, if Boots doesn't fight me after beating Stanionis," sorry, the father said this. Brian Norman Sr. He said, if Boots doesn't fight us, if he beats Stanionis, he doesn't fight us next, he's a bitch. But then after Brian Norman, this was before Brian Norman, right, beat Derek Cuevas, and after Brian Norman beats Derek Cuevas, he says that they might fight Jin Sasaki next in Japan, which is cool. I'm cool with that. I think that's a great fight to make expand your brand, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, and raise your profile. But you can't say that somebody's a B word if they don't fight you next, and then after And then you turn around and say you ain't gonna fight him next. Then by your own statement, by your own logic, then you would be word, ain't you? So I think it's a little different than Boots calling out Terrence Crawford, which I didn't really care for either, But I mean, I understand you trying to get that fight, but Boots and Bud and Norman can actually fight. There's nothing stopping them besides space and opportunity, I guess. But I'm not mad at the fight that happened next. No, go ahead.
I'm gonna get out of here.
All right, brother.
I'm gonna get out of here and spend some time with the lady.
Yes, sir, man. Do your thing, man. Enjoy your Sunday, bro.
You gotta take care of yourself. Enjoy
Man,
your
you too,
Sunday.
man. God bless, bro. Appreciate you pulling up. He said he need meth or something. Yeah, the toads is different, but you still trip crazy balls off the toads. I ain't know nothing about none of that. He said, "Oh, you listen to Henry Cejudo and Mike Tyson." Yeah, I think it's slightly different. Dude. I mean, I get what you're saying though, but I think it's
similar,
different.
the same. It's they going towards the same chemical essentially, the DMT chemical.
Yeah. Oh no, I was talking about the boots in my bad. I was talking about the boots in.
Oh, the boots, right?
Yeah. I think it's slightly different, man. I think Bud was definitively the man. There's no definitive man at 147, and if it is, it would be Boots right now because he's unified, right? And the Ring Magazine, but so I think it's slightly different. But I see what you're saying. I see the correlation, but I would disagree.
I got some criticism for Boots, and I'm gonna be fair about it because he said in his post fight that he gave money to Stanionis, right?
Who said that?
Like he said he gave extra money to Stanionis to make the fight happen.
Yes.
He took a pay cut, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what he said. That came out of his mouth.
Boots said he took a pay cut.
Yes, that's what came out of his mouth.
Oh, so that's how Stanionis got more money.
That's how Stanionis got the bread.
Because I know he got more money than what Norman was offered. I didn't know Boots took a pay cut.
And that's my problem. Because
why you ain't take a pay cut for Norman then? Right. See? I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay, I didn't know that.
But I'm gonna give him an out. Because Boots is the homie. I like Boots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he learned his lesson from letting Eddie handle things by himself.
Okay.
And maybe he just took more of an active role in this negotiation than he did with Brian Norman's. That's my only out for him. But other than that, it's looking Mickey. It's looking bad.
Yeah, that looks bad.
If that's the case.
Yeah, that looks bad. That looks bad.
Because we was talking about what? Not even 500K difference?
Yep.
Or location change?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
because
not.
You wanted it on
not
the
a
East
good
Coast
look.
as well. Yeah, you're right. You want it on the Northeast.
That's
I
not a good
mean,
look. No, he didn't want it in the Northeast. He wanted it in Vegas.
No.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking about Boots. Yeah, Boots. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He wanted it in Philly, and Norman said, "Let's just go to Vegas, so I don't got to deal with taxes, or just pay me out the extra 5 or whatever it was difference that they had." Because he was at 1.7, right? And he wanted 2.1 or something. He said.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not a good. I didn't like when he said that. When he said that, I was like,
I didn't know that. Yeah, I missed that.
Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Even if it's true, why would you say that?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I didn't know that. I did not know that one. Yeah, that's interesting. Like I said, I want these fights to happen, man. I'm not mad if they don't happen next, but yeah, that's interesting there, because on one hand, I know, because I did hear from Norman Sr. and some others that Stanionis got paid more than they offered to Norman for this fight to happen, and that's cool, So that's why I would never thought Norman was scared. I don't think any of them are scared, Barrios included, Norman, whatever. But they just wanted the proper compensation. But then if you're saying that, oh, okay, well, I get Boots' side too. It's like, okay, but you get your biggest payday, you still don't want to fight. You don't want to fight, but then it comes out that the other guy got more, and you made and it got more because you took a pay cut. Then it's like, hold on now. But yeah, like you said too, is that maybe he learned his lesson, and he really wanted to make the fight happen.
Yeah. That's the most grace I could give him with that situation. Because if that's not the case, then that's Norman got it. I ain't gonna lie, he got it. He gets to talk his shit if that's the case.
Yeah. Like I said, I think this fight will happen down the line. Good Lord willing, man. As long as they both keep winning, I think it's gonna happen. And ideally, like I said, I would like for Norman and Barrios to fight, so then the winner of that could get Boots, and they could both bring half of the 4 alphabets to the table. Of course, Boots would have more leverage because he has that ring as well. But I think that'd be cool, man. As opposed to one having 3 and one having 1, I think it just looks better.
But
just for
I
that.
also think,
but it don't matter.
I think that the fight should be easier to make now because Boots is a bigger draw.
Yep.
They should be able to get a bigger gate. So that 2.1 should be easy to make.
Yep, I agree.
At this point,
I agree with that.
So
I agree with that, man, for sure. I agree with that.
And Norman's starting to get a name too, so it's built up a little bit. I mean, it could even be a pay-per-view. I think it could be a pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, I think so too. Boots and
Norman, yeah.
Yep, I agree. My fault, y'all. My bad. I agree with that. I think it could be a pay-per-view. I hope it's not, but yeah, I think it could be.
Right? I hope not either. I'm rocking with it.
I hope it's not.
I'm finna cancel ESPN Plus. So
I'm telling you.
Only on DAZN soon.
I'm telling you. Yeah, just don't. I will say salute to DAZN for that, man. They are making one central location for boxing, so that's good. They didn't have as much time to negotiate either because of the IBF. Yep, exactly, B-Dog. Yep, that's true. That's true. Shout out to the IBF, man. And President Daryl Peoples. What you say?
I had another point related to money. It's like in the zone. When we talk about like the last crescendo and stuff like that.
Yep.
And we compare those numbers to like the Benavidez numbers or the Tank numbers.
Which I don't get.
I think I think it's unfair to the zone fighters because PBC is on Amazon. Everybody already got Amazon. Like their volume is already there, right? You can't buy a DAZN pay-per-view without being subscribed to DAZN. Right or wrong?
I think you're wrong. Well, okay, so from my perspective, you're wrong because when I bought the Last Crescendo, I'm not subscribed to them. I was able to buy it, but I will say this.
Oh, I had to subscribe. Okay.
No. But I was about to tell you, it came with a free subscription, so I don't know if I have to. But so it came with one, and then I could have renewed, but I chose not to.
Yeah. That's how it's set up. That's how it was set up. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I don't know if like that's something that's how they always do it, or that was just a special for that time.
I think that was
so you
a
could be
promo.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
it could have been just a promo. So you could be right. So I don't want to say you're wrong. That's just not my experience. Like when I bought the Last Crescendo, I had the option to continue. So it was like I just bought it for $22 or $26, and then yeah. So it could just been a promo, like you said.
Yeah, with that, so we're talking about a platform that's new, right? DAZN's been out for what, 3-4 years?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, something like that. That sounds about
right.
Right? Yeah.
I think they started with the Jake Paul, like right after Thriller, right? So they're building their subscriber base up. So if they get in 100 and what it was like 40 something, they said.
I don't remember how much.
One of the fake numbers.
Yeah. Cause I remember they said
that.
like 45K in US and then 340.
Even take that. Let's take that. 45K in the US. Let's take that, right?
Yeah, that's what they said. For the Last Crescendo, right?
Yeah. Based off of what we know with boxing, right?
Yeah.
How many people are really willing to subscribe to DAZN, which mostly has either European sports, right, or boxing, and that's really it. That's on there for real. And then they have that as a subscription compared to Amazon, which people buying their food with, people buying regular stuff with. Then they got Prime on top of that people are already watching. That's been established for over 10 years. To have access, because you can't. I don't think you could buy the Prime ones without the subscription either, right?
No, you could buy. Well, like I said, I have Prime, so I don't know.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
That's a good question. I don't know because I had Prime. I'm about to say I know I could buy the fight. What was it, $80 or whatever it was, 85?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know because I have Prime. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Because I'm assuming that because why else would they have it like that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Except to drive subscriptions.
I feel like you don't, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I definitely don't know. So don't get me the line.
So I'm gonna just assume that you have to have Amazon to get on there, because Netflix you couldn't do nothing without. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I'm gonna just assume.
Yep.
Amazon already has a bigger basis. They have tens of, if not hundreds of millions of subscribers already. DAZN probably only has 100K subscribers, if that, maybe more.
True.
If they're lucky. Right? True, they probably all right, let's give them, because you got Europe and stuff like that too. So they probably got like 300, 400, 500K subscribers maybe.
Yeah, they probably killing it. Like you said, Europe.
Yeah, on the other side.
Particularly England, yeah.
And in America, let's say they're around maybe 200. I feel like that's being gracious. I think that their numbers are never gonna succeed anything that PBC does based off of the subscriber base. So how are we trying to compare those and trying to shit on them?
That's interesting because I looked at it. I didn't look at it like that. I looked at it as people don't be on Amazon for boxing. So I always thought that they were at a disadvantage. But you're right. I mean, if you're just talking about people on the app and people seeing it, but how many of those people are converted to watching boxing? Or I don't know. I'll be interested in the conversion rate. I don't know the turnover rate, whatever. But yeah, that's a good point. That's interesting. Yeah,
it's casuals, right? Same thing with HBO. HBO used to do numbers because they was available to the casuals. Everybody who had an HBO subscription could do it.
That's true.
And it was so big. So, I mean, Showtime too, same thing. So,
but they did have programs though, like they had 24/7 shows that they would show and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Amazon don't really do that.
So. What do you mean Amazon don't do that? Amazon got all of that.
No, I'm talking about
live TV.
No, I'm talking about the boxing shows like 24/7 and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about
Actually,
I know they had something for Tank. The Tank
stuff.
Now, they're starting that stuff. But I remember the HBO had actual boxing programs too.
Yeah.
Which still, I mean, like I said, you still make a good point. But I think that would probably help if they had some type of boxing programs. Yo, Isaiah, what's good, bro? He said if Top Rank is done with ESPN and they talking to PBC about doing cards together, I don't see them on the Zone. I see them straight to Amazon. I think they'll probably go to Amazon too. But ideally, man, I would like for them to all be on one platform. I think that'll benefit us. But would it benefit them and their money? I don't know.
I wonder if Top Rank has the star power to sell fights on Amazon like PBC does.
Dang, who are their stars? Top Rank.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Torres.
T.O.
I ain't paying for that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Richard Torres. T.O. Who else?
They got
Jaime Munguia's on Top Rank now too, right?
There's somebody at 140 that they got though.
140?
I'm not tripping.
140. T.O. That's it, I think. Unless I'm tripping. T.O. You got Brian Norman Jr. Keyshawn 135.
Keyshawn, that's what I was probably thinking.
Yeah, they got Keyshawn. What's the dude? Emiliano Vargas. Young Bull, Abdullah Mason, Young Bull. They ain't got no big. That's not really tight. That's not really Top Ranks. Yeah, exactly. That's not really their MO to have a big star like that. They usually get the big stars and let them go. I mean, Lomachenko, I guess.
Nah, not going.
I'm not going. Oh man! Of course they have Beterbiev too, right? But he's not a star, right? I mean, he's a star for the boxing purists and stuff like that. As far as they want to see him, but he's not like a global powerhouse star.
Damn.
Yeah, they ain't really got none. They ain't really got none, bro. Because the biggest stars are who? Canelo number 1, number 2 is and number 3 is Tank and AJ, whatever order you want to put them in, and that's Matchroom and PBC. Who else is really a big boxing star?
I gotta look up their list. Let me see, because that's crazy.
Oh, nah. Anyway, yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, we tripping.
All right.
Yeah, anyway, yep. That's crazy. We both said at the same time. Yeah, anyway.
But
I mean, but even anyway, that's
up and coming.
That's Japan. Yep. Divino, Rafael Espinosa. But even anyway, according to reports, like I said, I'm not saying this chat. This is what I've read, and I did see it for Rick Glazer, and I don't trust him, so I'm telling you right now, take it with a grain of salt. But according to Rick Glazer, the Inouye tickets against Cardenas are doing terribly. It's abysmal. So that's what he says. That's what Rick Glazer says. But he also been saying that PBC's been dying for the last 300,000 years.
Rick Glazer?
Yeah, Rick Glazer, right? Yeah, so yeah, but he said he'd be glazing. But that's what he said. I saw the reports, and everywhere that I've seen it, I would cite the sources. I always cite my sources, and all of it would go back to Rick Glazer. That's what I'm saying. So I see multiple people say it, but every single outlet that I seen that I consider kind of reputable, they always cited Rick Glazer. So, and I'll never just trust that alone. He's saying in the court, I bet I'm about to get off soon too because I'm wearing coughing and stuff. They have gloves off. True. My guy, what's good, Oscar? Top rank has prospects, right? Yep.
Top rank stars, the non-existent stars.
Yeah, exactly.
Top rank got more stars than a cloudy night.
That's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, these Inouye tickets not that bad.
Yeah, remember when they first came out? It was through the roof. Them things was
I didn't
expensive.
see them when they first came out.
Oh
but
yeah,
now,
yeah,
you could get it.
They were 700.
Yep.
For
bad
what?
seats, right?
For the top row.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, right now they're like 2.
He said they put, I don't know why they put anyway on a Sunday, but I guess, because the Riyadh season thing. So they doing the Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah,
Friday
they picked the
is
worst weekend.
yeah.
They picked the worst weekend.
Yeah, bro. That's
a terrible weekend.
If they would have put Cepeda that weekend, it would have done a lot better.
Agreed.
No, it wouldn't have.
You don't think so?
Yeah,
Nah,
that's
I
a
think
terrible
so.
weekend, bro.
It's a terrible weekend.
You got to
Right?
go against Canelo and what's his name? And Riyadh.
Yeah, Devin and Ryan.
In Vegas, in Vegas.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah, but I mean it's all Riyadh. You know what I'm saying? That is Riyadh, right? Remember the night anyway. That's
SNK.
SNK. Well, I mean, it's still, it's still Turkey. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, SNK. But all that is together. You know what I'm saying? That's all supposed to be.
They got that CR7 money, bro.
Hey,
what you know about that CR7?
I don't know nothing about it.
Cristiano Ronaldo, bro. He's on that game.
Oh, he's in the game?
Yeah.
Shout out to Cristiano Ronaldo, man. You gonna be in there kicking ass on SNK? I got Fedora mopping. Hey, watch your mouth, Isaiah. Don't do my boy Xander like that. But yeah, I got right now. If they fought today, I got Fedora winning. I think Xander needs another year. Fedora.
Oh yeah.
I think Xander needs another year, man. I think Xander needs another year. I think Abdullah Mason needs some more time. I think who else? I think Kid Austin Schofield.
Right there already.
I think Kid Austin Schofield needs some more time. I think like a year, like not a lot of time, but just another year. But what'd you say, Oscar? You said what's there? That's crazy.
Sanders right there right now, but this is where my question comes from. I would like to hear y'all's opinion.
Yes.
Is Sanders right there right now? Because a lot of people have been like 154 has been moving pretty quick, and people have been knocked off. Or is he ready? Because to me, I at least want to see 2 more fights.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready for a title. But I mean, yeah, you say he's ranked high. I mean, so same with Kid Austin, right? When you're ranked high, it's like okay, bet. I mean, you're ready according to the rankings. He's ranked number 1 in WBO, but I think it's premature. I think it's because 154 has so much movement, and of course, Top Rank trying to get in the mix. And hey, why not try to go for those 2 belts right now with Sebastian Fedora? It ain't gonna get no easier. I'll tell you that. No disrespect to Fedora. Fedora's good, but it ain't gonna get no easier than Fedora. I mean, at least I don't think.
It can potentially get tougher with Boots.
Right. Boots move up. Right.
Yeah.
And shout out to Xander. Xander been wanting to smoke. He's very ambitious, just like most of the young bulls, like Floyd, Kid Austin, Schofield. I'm glad that I'm not happy that Kid Austin, the fight unfolded like that with Shakur, but I'm glad that I didn't think he was ready for the Shakur fight. But he just looked bad. The way he went about it was trash and garbage. He was ducking. But I think that it was better for him not to have taken that L, because I think he would have took an L. Same with Xander. I think Xander, shout out to him for wanting the Virgil Ortiz fight and the Fedora fight. But I just don't think he's ready for either. But when I say it's not gonna get easier, I'm saying relatively easier. I'm not saying Sebastian Fedora is an easy fight. No, he's not an easy fight for anybody, in my opinion. But I just don't think I think that's his best bet to become a champion. I think he'll probably have an easier time against him than Bakram or him and. I know Bud's going to 168, but like Bud or somebody like that, that's what I think at least.
They didn't need to fight Tim Tszyu and build his name up first.
Yeah, exactly. Go with fight a Tim Tszyu, fight a Keith Thurman, fight a something, I don't think you should fight Sebastian Fedora right now, but hey, it is what it is. That's my opinion on that. Bakram ain't no joking. Well, exactly. Let's be real though. What Kid did in his pops, that's just a badass. Yeah, that was terrible. What Kid Austin did was ducking. That was trash.
It wasn't even ducking. It was worse than ducking. He pumped it.
Yeah, Kid Austin. Yeah, that was trash. I blame his pops though, but still, that's still his team. They look bad. It's like you can't go to the fight and then talk about Shakur punctured your tires. Shakur stole your your passports, sabotage your passports, whatever. What other stuff he said? Put cream on his face. Pause.
Cream.
Yeah. No diddy.
I don't know how you said that.
No, he got an unknown white substance on his face.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So this day, I don't know how he said that.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
You go there like and say your kid got pumping them. What you doing?
He's zesty, bro.
Oh man, yeah, that was bad, man.
Super zesty.
He said his masseuse put something on my creams on my son's face. What?
On my son, bro. Put cream on my son.
And you let him do that?
Not to mention, the man didn't even have a damn masseuse.
Come on now. I ain't gonna lie, man. Shout out to. I mean, I know we ain't fans of the judicial system and suing and stuff like that, but man, hey man, if I was Shakur, bro, I'd have let my lawyers run with that.
That's why he doubled back. They got threatened.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I talked about it. Yeah, his lawyer.
Bro,
his
and what
lawyer
kind
threatened
of
him.
apology is that, bro? Remember the apology?
Yeah, that apology was trash.
Okay, I'm sorry, but don't do it again.
Right. Yeah, that apology was crazy, man. I'd have let my lawyers take off on that. That's defamation, man. Because you know that unfortunately boxing. I mean, fans are short. It's short for fanatic, so people go act fanatical and stuff like that. So, but the point I'm making is that there's people that no matter how nonsensical it is, no matter how stupid it is, people are gonna believe it. You know what I'm saying? So people might look at Shakur as potentially sabotaging his opponent's camp or travel accommodation. I can't even say it with a straight face, bro. But some people will really believe it because they're just so dumb. And I swear, people they want to watch soap opera, man. Go watch Young and the Restless or something, man. You ain't trying to see no fights. You just trying to see soap opera drama, man. Go watch Real Husbands of Hollywood or Real Housewives or something. Real Husbands of Hollywood's funny as hell.
He said he punctured my tire, got on the plane, and then got on Rhea. Said it was suspicious.
Come on, bro.
You know how dumb you sound right now.
So dumb. So dumb.
So Doc.
Yes, sir.
I'm a preview into the next week. So we got your boy coming back, doubling back.
Who that? Next week.
Oscar's favorite, Big Ben.
Who? Big Ben? Who's that? Who's that?
Big Ben.
Ben Whitaker? Bro, stop it, bro. Stop
Big
it, bro.
Ben.
Stop it, bro. Ben Whitaker? My bad. Stop it, bro. That's
You got
next
him
week?
coming back. That's this weekend.
Oh, that is, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, 420, right? Yep, April 20th. That's true. I guess is that the main event or is that on like an undercard? It's probably the main event, right?
I think it is. It gotta be.
Yeah, I think so too. Hey, what other fights are
Hey,
this
you gotta
weekend?
watch. Huh?
I said, what other fights are this weekend? Gabriela Fedora fights this weekend too, ain't it?
Gabriela Fedora is this weekend.
On Saturday, right?
Yep.
Someone's fighting on Top Rank.
Who cares?
That's crazy. Oh, Dalton Smith and Matthew Germain. Yep. On the zone.
Man, 2 weeks to go though, and we on. Is it 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
Yeah,
For
2 weeks.
May.
2 weeks. Wait, for May you said?
Yeah, for the
Oh,
NOA.
I thought you was talking about
That's 2 weeks,
the
right?
I thought you was talking about the Ben, Conor Ben and what's it called? Eubanks. I'm watching that shit.
Yeah, I'm watching that too. That's April. Yeah,
I don't-
so that's 2 weeks, right? 'Cause
I
that's
got a
26.
question about
So
it.
the Ryan Garcia
I
stuff is that's 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't interested at first, but I'm interested in Eubank and Conor Ben.
He
Man.
slapped the shit out of him. I was
Slap the
done.
shit out of him, bro.
I bought my ticket right there.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I hope Eubank wins, man. Oh man, I hope Eubank wins. Sergey Kovalev is fighting Saturday as well. What's up, bro?
How does Chris Eubank look like more like Nigel, and Conor Ben look more like Chris Eubank Sr.?
Hey, yo, you gotta ask the wives.
Wait, hold on. Wait. You said say it again? You said wait. Chris Eubank looks more like Conor Ben's dad? Nigel Ben?
And then Conor Ben looks more like Chris Eubank. They both got that big ass nose.
In the face?
Yes, bro.
Ask their mothers.
Hey, you never know, man. They might be swapping them out, you know?
Probably
Yeah,
was that beat.
there's some freaks over there in England, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah, you might be onto something, Oscar.
Ben hype job Whitaker, I'm telling you, man. Hey, they're fighting. He's fighting on Sunday, actually. Okay, 420
Yeah,
is Sunday.
Yeah, 420.
Oh, okay. I might catch that. Oh, no, that's Easter, right?
That's on Easter. Yeah.
Dang it, I'm missing it. I mean, I might watch it, but I won't be live. I'm saying I'll watch it. But I'll be at my aunt's. I'm gonna try to go live. I'll try to go live from there on my phone or something.
Go watch the interview, bro. They dropped one earlier today on Sky Sports.
Okay, appreciate it. With Ben Whitaker and Liam.
Yeah, it was the most awkward freaking interview I've ever seen. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm biased, but certain English people, bro, when they talk trash, it don't hit.
It doesn't. Yeah, no disrespect. Shout out to my English brethren and sister out there, number one. You know, I'm talking about respect from across the pond. However, I agree, man. Some like when I be seeing them trash talk, not all of them now, but yeah, a lot of them I'd be like, really?
Remember chocolate brownies?
Wait, what? Chocolate brownie.
Remember Cal
Pause.
Brook and Errol Spence.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
yeah,
peanut
yeah, yeah. Oh
butter,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
chocolate
yeah.
brownie.
Yeah,
What's a chocolate brownie, bro?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man, you get 4 points for that?
Yeah, that was I would say Derek Warcher-Sore's all right with the trash talk. He all right. Dylan White a little. I don't know about him.
Fury is the best.
Fury is that's my guy, man. Shout out to Gypsy King of Obesity. Fury's definitely the best. Yeah, man. Facts. Oh, what's the name is fighting? Oh yeah, Charles Conwell's on the undercard of the Gabriela Fedora. That should be good, man. I like Charles Conwell too, man. 154.
Oh,
He's
there's
another
someone
one.
else, right? There's someone else fighting Fedora.
I don't know. Let me see. Let me see. I wasn't looking at the full card. Gabriela Fedora. Who's she fighting again? Something Badillo. Let me see. Let me pull it up. The full event is Charles Conwell. Oh no, they're just showing the two. They're just showing right now. Gabriela Fedora, Marilyn Badillo, and Charles Conwell versus Jorge Garcia. They're not showing anything else. That's crazy. I just typed in the full card. That's on Tapology. They usually show the full card.
Maybe it's a two-header.
Yeah, maybe it's just two, I guess, huh?
Damn. What?
Yeah, they should fill it out a little bit more. But yeah, man, I think I'm looking forward to that though, man. Shout out to Gabriela Fedora, man. And she's from Florida too, man. Shout out to Gabriela. Did anyone remember Daniel Usanov? He won a gold medal in 2016, had a few fights. They retired. When I noticed he came out of retirement, he had a fight. Oh, really? I don't really remember him. Maybe if I see it, maybe by face. Conor Ben got a whole breakfast meal with you. I'm telling you, I'm going for you, Bank, man. Slap the hell out that cheater, man. Cheating ass Conor Ben. but if Conor Ben wins, then hey, what's that?
Get the Canelo money.
Hey, Fraser Clark wins. Wins. Fraser Clark fights too. He's on the undercard of
That's the one that put homeboy into the stroke, right?
No, the one that had the stroke.
Oh, that's the one that had the stroke?
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the hell he doing fighting?
That's the one that had the stroke.
My goodness.
Yeah, but you see who he's fighting? He's fighting Ebenezer Tete. Remember Ebenezer? I don't remember where he's from. Is he from Ghana?
Hell no, I don't remember him.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ebenezer.
who are you talking about?
He just fought who did he just fight? Oscar? He just fought freaking he's a veteran, man. Older gentleman. He just fought Dylan White. Yeah, he just fought Dylan White. He looks older than what he is. Yeah. Dylan White made his comeback and that just looked terrible, man, against Ebenezer. But yeah, he's fighting.
Yeah, he looks like how Lara's supposed to look.
Right, yeah, because I think he's from Ghana. Okay, so I was right. Yeah, I was gonna say Ghana, but I wasn't sure. He's from Ghana. He's just slow and he look older. He's old. He's older probably now. He looks even older.
Like somebody grandfather.
Yes, bro. Yes, he's 36, so he's not even that old. But
that's scary work.
Yeah, that's who Fraser Clark is.
He ain't really 36, bro. I need to see his birth certificate.
I'm telling you.
That boy 54.
It's like
At
who
least.
was that basketball player that came from who was the country? Nigeria or
Which one?
it was a guy that they didn't even know his age.
Might have been Nigeria. I don't know. I'm trying to think if you could what's guy?
Heavyweight
or
Embiid?
No, basketball player.
Oh, basketball player.
Come on, Embiid?
No, not Embiid. This is older. I know it starts with M.
Mutombo? Dikembe Mutombo?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, nobody knew his age. Yeah, have you seen the documentary about him?
Yeah, Dikembe Mutombo, yeah.
He was 52.
Yeah, oh yeah, for Nigeria. Yeah, that it's crazy. That actually happened to my pops too. My pops, he didn't know. Well, I mean, he knew, but
he's 52.
Right, he didn't know his the age. Common thing.
Pops went to high school with him? What?
No. Well, my pops did go to school with Hakeem Olajuwon.
Oh, word.
Yeah, he actually knew Hakeem Olajuwon. Oh, B-Dog say maybe you meant Manute Bull? Or Dikembe Mutombo? No, Dikembe Mutombo. Rest in peace to Dikembe Mutombo, by the way. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, that's why in his funeral they didn't say like, "Oh, he died too young, he died too old." They didn't even know.
That's crazy.
Where to label him at.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yes, sir, man.
Yeah, the father got up there and he was like, "He died."
That's crazy, man. Yeah, man, I like that pound for pound list though, man. At the end of the day, man, Boots is on my pound for pound, man. Boots is definitely there, bro. Shout out to Boots, man. I got Boots up there, chat. Oh, we're tired.
He's on there without the heavyweights, man. Without the heavyweights.
So Kendrick,
Yeah,
Kendrick got
boots.
Bootsy just said it's a caveat, man. You got to put a little asterisk without the heavyweights. Shout out to Kendrick, and then Oscar got him on there too, man. Shout out to Oscar.
Yeah.
Don't forget to smack that like button, y'all.
Like whenever I say people are saying like giving too much credit to Boots, it's because I always hear like, oh, Virgil will do this, Virgil will do that. I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure Boots wouldn't fight like that against Virgil.
Virgil needs the championship, and then we'll talk about Virgil.
Right.
Yes.
Let them do their thing in their own divisions, man. I think Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis is a great fight in the future as long as they both stay on their keep winning. Man, that's a great fight, man. I mean, even if one takes a loss here or there, as long as they, just stay looking good and.
As long as it's not Boots, we're cool.
I was about to say, we know which one can take a loss.
Yeah, you're right.
Only one of them can take a loss.
Yeah. Boots loses. Yeah, they're gonna throw him away. You're right about that. You're right about that. You ain't lying. But yeah, I like that fight in the future, man. I really look forward to seeing Boots. Like, no disrespect, I like Brian Norman, but I like them all. I don't necessarily like one more than the other. I do like Brian Norman a lot. I like Barrios a lot, but I think Boots is the one that is the most realistic to get undisputed.
Oh yeah,
and move to 154. Yeah, so I would like to see that, man. But if it doesn't happen, that's cool too.
He probably won't get undisputed and move to 154.
You don't think he's gonna get? You think he's gonna stop at 85?
Gets 3 belts. I think he gets 3 belts then move up.
I think he gets undisputed.
Can he? Yeah, of course he can. But like,
yeah, you just saying will it play out like that? Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, and that's the thing people don't understand, man. Undisputed is hard to get, man. Not just just in the ring, man. It's also it's not just in the ring. It's also about freaking the politics and getting everybody in line and in tune with each other and scheduling and make sure everybody's happy with the compensation, bro. It's a lot, bro. It's crazy. The fight in the ring is just 50%. Might even be less.
I say 25.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Nobody's got it. Either somebody or both them guys got to get all the belts before being undisputed. There's like Sir and Jay Apataya. Look who Jay Apataya is fighting.
Yep.
And Sir is fighting mandatories.
Yep. And people mad at Zerto and Jay Apataya freaking fighting Claudio Squayo from Italy. He never fought out of Italy before. He is undefeated, but he's relatively unknown.
You know who didn't fight out their country too?
Who that? Bruno Soros? I knew you were going to say that. Bruno Soros. Sad but true facts, B-Dog. He said, bro, that's like boxer Mike McCallum. Yep. He was like 4 or 5 years older. Yep. He stayed in favorite fighter from the 90s, from the 80s and 90s. Yep. But fellas, man, I'm about to go ahead and call it, man. I'm going to go try to get some
before
food.
You go, Doc.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got 2 questions for you.
Yes, sir.
I got they go for you too, Kendrick, and Tech. After Stanionis, how good? Where did this leave Karen? Was Karen really good, or was Stanionis worse than Karen? And the second question is, will you be surprised if either of them beat Barrios?
I always thought Stanionis and Barrios was a good fight. I would lean towards Stanionis in that fight before, and I always said that I thought Karen is a hard out for everybody, and he might even mess around and beat one of the champions. I think he has a chance to beat Stanionis, Norman, or Barrios. But I would lean towards a chance. But I think that I don't think Stanionis is bad. I just think stylistically, Karen is more. He's more. What can I say? He's better fit to make a more of a style clash for Boots than Stanionis. I think Stanionis and Karen's a good fight. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Karen would win. I said that before, but I just think Stanionis. Here it is. I think Stanionis is more conducive. His style is more conducive for Boots to look good. Karen is more. He has more layers to his game to where he could switch it up. Like the first fight, he was at the distance. Second fight, he was real close. I think he has more versatility with his game than Stanionis, but I don't think it necessarily makes him a better fighter. I don't know. I think I don't know who wins. Yeah, I don't know who wins that.
If I had to answer, I'd say that Karen is just the style. Karen has a more difficult style to finish than a Stanionis. Stanionis is coming at you, right? He's straightforward.
I think he's smaller.
Karen, I don't know off the top of my head. I'm not.
Yeah, Stanionis is smaller.
Shorter.
Yeah, he's
shorter.
Yeah, shorter. Yeah, shorter. Yeah.
But I just think Stanionis, again, there's the styles that make the
Yeah.
fight. So, also the fact that Karen already knew what he was going in with too. So,
Yeah, agreed.
I think Karen has a style that is difficult to just catch him often with clean punches. I think Boots caught him with some clean punches,
Yep.
but he didn't catch him often enough.
Yep.
And
people forget he
but I
dropped
don't
him
think
too.
Boots
Shit.
had any struggles with any either or. I think people over exaggerated that struggle that he had with Karen and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm. And what was the second question? My bad. I think I answered it. You said who wins between Karen and Stanionis?
Oh, who wins between Karen?
No. Barrios. Karen Stanionis against Barrios.
Ooh.
I think Barrios. It depends on the night.
Yeah,
it's one of those. It's 50-50 to me.
Yeah, I can see.
Barrios just got stabbed by the Figueroa's brother.
I think Barrios and Stanionis. I'll probably lean towards Stanionis. Barrios and Karen. That's tough.
I say I have that as 50-50, but like Barrios and Stanionis, I have Stanionis winning.
Yeah, I lean towards Stanionis. But Karen and
Barrios has the footwork and the speed to beat Stanionis.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he has the mental to keep it up all fight.
Yeah.
It's like against that guy who was it, Abel Ramos?
Yeah, exactly. He was destroying. Dude didn't even look like he was in his league the first 4 rounds.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what
happened.
After
that,
to this day.
Like...
To this day. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened, man. Barrios was looking so sharp against Abel Ramos' first 4 rounds.
Oh, I remember you saying it too. It was like he was looking like he was cracking him. He was just mopping the floor with him, and then all of a sudden, just something had to happen.
Yeah, I think something happened, bro. Something happened for sure. Peel out, what's good, brother? He said, if you watched Stanionis and amateurs, I did not. He said you would be shocked. He was a great boxer. Okay, with good movement. Okay, wild card turned him into a flat-footed pound puncher with not a lot of power. Virgil already been dropped by Machine and Boachuk Boots walks through him. Virgil already been dropped by Machine. Oh yeah, you talking about Kavalaskis and Boachuk Boots walks through him. I think it's a good fight, man. Like I said,
I agree.
I think it's a good fight. I do think Boots beats Virgil, but I think it's a good fight though. In the future, we'll see, man. 154 is different too, you know. Which I know that they're both coming up too, still. But yeah, Boachuk is a tough guy. I think Boots beats him too, but you never know, man. That power, never know. But shit, fella, I'm gonna go ahead and call it, man.
Against a Boachuk?
Not right now. Not right now.
Damn. Would you like to see a fight, then Boachuk, then the title fight?
Say it one more time.
Would you like to have like a guy in between? A Boachuk and then a title fight?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, if he gets one more fight, like and then fight Boachuk next, that's cool. But Boachuk, who did he just beat? Ishmael Davis.
Iglesias. No, Ishmael Davis.
Ishmael Davis. Yeah, and then before the Virgil. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind Xander fighting somebody, and then fighting Boachuk, and then getting a title shot. I wouldn't be mad at that. That's actually like perfect.
So Jesus Ramos, Boachuk, Virgil. Laura.
Hell nah. Say Jesus Ramos. I'm out, man.
Right,
y'all be easy, bro. God bless. That man said fight Jesus Ramos next. Hell nah, man. Y'all gotta let Xander develop, man. I mean, Jesus Ramos. I mean, I don't think people would be mad at that, but nah, I think Jesus Ramos beats Xander right now. But I don't know, man. Boots or Murtazaliev? Nah, man. Let Boots. That's a whole other weight class, man. I got Murtazaliev right now, bro. That's a different weight class, 154, man. Let Boots head to 147. I'm not saying that Boots can't beat Murtazaliev, but I'm gonna always go with the guy in the bigger division for the most part until I see how the other guy handles the division. You know, I feel like it's almost disrespectful for me to say that Boots beats Murtazaliev, and I never even seen Boots at 154 yet. So I don't even like to think about the fights in different weight classes. You know, I know I play around with Junto beating Naya anyway and stuff like that, but those are a little bit, you know, that's just because everybody talks about that fight, you know what I'm saying? And part of it is also hyperbole as well, but also too is like that's a little closer to, you know, 4 pounds. 118 to 122 is only 4 pounds, you know. So I think that I don't even think that, you know, because if we talk about Boots at 154, it's like we're setting him up for failure. It's like people are going to be disappointed if he doesn't fight somebody at 154. It's like, no, let the man pursue. Like, I've never seen, like, we're so fickle as boxing fans. It's like, bro, we really getting mad at the dude that's going for undisputed. Shouldn't we love when a fighter is pursuing undisputed? I don't care if it's at minimal weight and you're Oscar Collazo, or you're at heavyweight and you're Alexander Usyk trying to reclaim undisputed against Daniel Dubois, or you're Saul Canelo Alvarez, a face of boxing, fighting a relatively unknown Cuban champion in William Skull. It's for undisputed, bro. Like I don't get it, man. I'm not saying not you, Peel Out. I'm just speaking in general. You know, it's like even with people that are mad at Bivol for fighting Beterbiev. Like, I get if we want to see somebody else fight. Like, if you say, okay, bet I kind of want to see Bivol versus Benavidez. Okay, cool. You want to switch it up, and then maybe they could revisit the trilogy. That's cool. But people saying, oh, Bivol is ducking Benavidez. What? He's ducking for a trilogy that we knew would happen, and they're 1-1. But we're okay with Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano having a trilogy, right? We're okay with Tyson Fury and Derek Chisora having a trilogy, right? Where the same person won all 3 fights. Tyson Fury beat Derek Chisora 3 times. Why do we have a trilogy? Ain't no one complaining about that. Well, but we're complaining about two guys who are 1-1, representing the top 2 people in the sport. We're complaining about them having a trilogy. Like, come on, dog. Like, I think Boots is I think he'll be good once he goes to 154, but I don't know. He could go to 154 and it might be too much. You know what I'm saying? So if it's too much, then Bakram will do him like Tim Tszyu. You feel me? So I don't know. That's just my perspective, man. Maybe I'm a little bit too I don't know, too much of a prude in that sense, I guess. I don't know what you would say. I didn't want any of those trilogies. You feel me, B-Dog? The trilogy that we should get, if we talk about the women, it should be Katie Taylor and Chantel Cameron, right? Because Chantel Cameron won the first fight. Katie Taylor won the second fight. Then that makes sense for a trilogy. Shout out to Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. That's a good, exciting fight. And I personally believe that Amanda Serrano edged out the second fight. But on paper, Katie Taylor is up 2-0. At this point, it just feels like they're going to keep fighting until Amanda Serrano finally wins. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, bro, but the trilogies that should happen, we mad at. Like I said, I'm not knocking anybody that wants to see Benavidez versus Bivol or Benavidez versus Beterbiev. I want to see those fights too. But I think it's important that Bivol and Beterbiev close their chapter because Beterbiev is not a spring chicken. You know what I'm saying? He turns 41 in January. If this fight gets prolonged any further, you run the risk of Beterbiev just getting too old. And people are already saying that, right? They're saying that Bivol aged out Beterbiev and he only won because Beterbiev is old. People are already saying that. So imagine if the trilogy happens in 2 years. Like the Canelo and Triple G trilogy, that was a good trilogy. But let's be honest, how much people wanted to see the third one? And you know why? Because the third one was 5 years later. You see what I'm saying? The trilogy between Canelo and Triple G took 5 years in total. Nobody wants to see that. We want to see the trilogies quick, man. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. And people say, oh, well, you know, a lot of these trilogies had interim fights, had fights in between. Yes, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury had fights in between their trilogy. Canelo and Triple G had fights in between their trilogy, but that wasn't ideal for any of them, right? It's not for me, you know what I'm saying? I don't think for the fighters either. And then not even that, but most importantly, those trilogies didn't have Turkey Al-Sheikh facilitating those trilogies either. So it's different, bro. It's like, come on now. So let's be real, bro. Tyson Fury and Usyk, that would have been a trilogy too. I'm sorry to tell you. That would have been a trilogy. It's just Tyson Fury didn't uphold his end of the bargain. Tyson Fury didn't win the second fight. That would have been a trilogy too. So I don't really understand people mad at Bivol for fighting Beterbiev again. Like, what are we talking about, man? This day and age, you get crucified for being a man of your word. We already knew going in that it was going to be a trilogy, bro. Going into the first fight, we knew if it was a close fight, they would have a second fight. And in the scenario that the second fight was a different winner than the first fight, then we were going to have a trilogy. You know, so I don't even know why people are acting different. Or the Katie Taylor versus Serrano. Honestly, I don't even want to see the trilogy. Or the Katie Taylor versus Serrano either. Dude's a suspect to me, kind of. Every time he fights outside his country, he looks normal. No power. Yeah. I'm excited to see Tim Tszyu go on his comeback trail. I'm not sold with him beating Joey Spencer. Shout out to Joey Spencer. But I'm not sold on that victory as far as me believing that Tim Tszyu's back. But I'm still interested in seeing the journey, man. I like seeing the bounce back, man. I think he can bounce back. I don't know if he can ever bounce back to title or championship mode, or championship form, I should say. But I'm always interested in the comeback, man. You know what I'm saying? We should root for these fighters to come back, man. At least I do. Pac-Man and J-Man fought like 4 times. Yep. That's like the throwback fighters from the 1940s where they fought each other like 4 or 5 times. Yep. Shout out to my boy Manny Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, chat, I'm about to go ahead and slide, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. Shout out to Oscar for pulling up in the Discord. Kendrick, Big Dog Willie, Oster, and somebody else. Nah, it was just those 4. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that pulled up, man. Shout out to all the members, man. If you are not a member, consider becoming a member, man. You know what I'm saying? Starting at $3 a month really keeps the channel going and growing. And at the very least, if you are not a member, you know, and you don't hit the super chat and you don't hit the Cash App, hit the like button, because that is free to do, man. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you also hit that bell to turn on notifications as well. Shout out to my guy Mike Mazik for hitting the Cash App with the $5, man. But most importantly, even above all that stuff, don't forget, you know, always remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. I'm gonna catch y'all for the morning show, good Lord willing, tomorrow.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.